where everybody knows your name. Laughter fills the air like a sweet refrain. Sit and share a story, but I drink or two. In this cozy bar, where dreams come true, where smiles and friends remain, and good times ease the pain. Here we go again.
Hello, hello, can you see me, can you hear me, can you let me know? Because that'd be just swell. How are we? You all alright? Oh, and Botrix is working correctly. Who'd have thunk it? Steve-o! How you doing, bud? You okay? And Helen, of course, the Norfolk correspondent, doing remarkable work in the field, has to be said. And Ruby Roo too. Anything planned? A week off? Oh man, you lucky sods. I've just had 3 days off and I was up early on every single day. Working in the garden. Very, very nice. Nice hat. In Soviet Russia, hat wears you. Evening, comrade. Up the workers. If I'm moaning about it being warm tonight, it's because I've just got out the shower and I'm wearing an ushanka. That's what these are called, by the way, an ushanka. Casper, how you doing, bud? You okay? Barnsley, how's things? Are we all alright? Are we full of the joys of spring? Which is what it felt like today. Yesterday was cold. I know I've got a little bit of an ongoing cold, but it felt genuinely proper cold yesterday. It was 8 degrees, I think, at one point, but it felt cold. Today it's been 12, 13, and it's felt like autumn again. It's bizarre. One day to the next. Very strange indeed. But we can't complain, really. It's nice though. I was thinking earlier, why can't we combine some of the seasons? Why can't we have, for example, fallen leaves during the summer, so you get the crunch, but also it's nice and warm? The occasional winter's day during the summer, with a little bit of snow when you're yearning for it because it's been too bloody hot. Things like that. Mix and match, why not? Varom niet, as they say in Japan. Ain't going. Rid of the top chat, get the live chat on. Bish bash bosh. Doesn't stop me complaining. I never complain. Sometimes. Need to complain, get out your system, man. A good moan, a good rant gets it out your system. It's better for you. Bit of orange juice. I always thought they should have played alongside pulp, but then people would have complained. Some people would have complained anyway. Don't like orange juice with pulp. Yeah. I also want to see a festival or a concert where the two main acts are Anthrax and The Cure, and see which one wins. Been 6 degrees there all day, some rain on and off, days down by 9 hours. Before we know it, where are we on now? 10th of November. It will be the 21st of December soon, and that'll be the shortest day, at which point the days will start getting longer. Doesn't it go quicker all the time as well? Barnsley, you were in Rochdale, it was freezing. It's always freezing in Rochdale. If you go during the summer, Rochdale, there's ice on the floor. It's just, there's loads of places like that. Permanently bloody cold. Middlesbrough was a bit like that as well, although we never felt it, bizarrely. Playing out in a t-shirt and shorts, -4. What's wrong with you? It's alright. Newcastle as well, permanently bloody cold. Ever seen a polar bear in Newcastle? Of course you're having it's too bloody cold. We'll get there though, it'd be nice. This episode should have had a Jackson 5 theme. Why? All the episodes are themed, obviously. We did have all the Smiths songs until I got to the last sort of 7 or 8 cover versions. I thought, nah, I'm not doing them. And then I carried on making album covers that look like they might be Smith's album covers, but now they have The Cure. These are all songs by The Cure. And after that, who knows? Maybe some Cocteau Twins, throw in Muses. I'll decide when I get there. But these have got 240 songs, 10 of which have just been added last week, so there's plenty to keep us going there. 2 a week. That's a fair bit going on there. Into it. 1, 2, 3, easy as ABC. It's easy as ABC unless... Did the Jackson 5 ever go to Wales? Because there's nothing remotely easy about the bloody language there. You've got words that have got 28 letters in it and only 2 of them are vowels. And even one of them is not an actual vowel. It's a shared vowel, as it's called, or a borrowed vowel. Y. Cray. ABC, easy as 1, 2, 3. Yes, it was the other way around. Unusually cold for the time of year. I think the last couple of days have been unusually cold for this time of, I don't know, the last 2 or 3 weeks. You think normally there's a curve, isn't there? It's getting colder, it's getting colder, it's getting colder. You get used to it. Not like it's warm, it's warm, it's warm. Ouch, it's fucking freezing. Oh, it's warm again. We can't deal with that. Well, I can't. He says, sat here roasting in an ushanka. And W. I am presuming that a nail slipped there and you meant to put extras in there, Mandy. Are you typing now as we speak? Is that what's happening, is it? Is that what's happening? I'm keeping an eye on the footy score as well here, by the way. Barcelona are playing. Just checking that out, man. You funk soul brothers. I watched the Sheffield derby earlier. I like that. And do you know why? Because it's an actual derby. Sky Sports keep trying to do this thing where every game is a derby, and it's not. It's just not. Crystal Palace versus Brighton might be a rivalry, but it's not a derby. Call them a Classica if you want. Don't call them a derby. Wrong at. It's the right that, man. It's the right that. W is a vowel, of course. Sorry. I thought maybe you were typing something. Slip the talon and maybe you're supposed to be typing and what do you think you're playing at, having a go at the Welsh language, etc. But you didn't, no. W is a vowel, as is Y. Why? Ask them, I don't know. It's been kind of average over in Denmark. Not nearly as much rain as normally, because all your pissing rain that you're supposed to be getting is falling on Spain, isn't it? This is one of the issues. Climate change. People are getting weather they're not used to, and one is swapping theirs for the others. And if it fails, the monsoons fail in India, we are in for a lot of trouble. Billions of people rely on those waters, and if they don't come, they fall somewhere else. There may be trouble ahead, and we don't want that. So dark the last few days, yeah. Need a lamp on even at noon. No es bueno, man. No es bueno. Quick hello to the 6,000 people watching on Twitch. Hola. Is that stopped again? The tunage. There's something going on here, man. There's something going on. Oh, there you go, a little bit of Elton. I don't trust Elton John. And it's not just the fact that someone else wrote all his lyrics for him, or that he can't sing the same song in the same way twice, or that he's still danding and all that shite. There's just something about, and apparently he's a boss fella. Apart from when he's screaming and shouting at people, he's a boss fella. Just something I can't take about him. All right here. You don't type with your nails unless you're using a keyboard. Would be easier if nails worked like styluses. Mandy, Dragon's Den it. When you go in and get your talons done, and get them done by the totally legal immigrants who pay tax, that's why you pay cash, nail people. You can get them to put in that little bit of captive stuff at the end? Not adaptive, captive. So that when you type it works. Dragon's Den it, man. W is a vowel in Wales, it is. Because the Welsh are taking the piss. Genuinely. That language is mad. I'd like to get better at it though, or at least pronunciation. Because I think it's ignorance going somewhere that close to where I live and then just acting like an absolute maggot. Know what I mean? You don't get your nails done. I only say that because Jess went on, was it Friday? Went on Friday morning, so I had to be up early. No, it wasn't Friday morning, Thursday morning. I've been up early every pissing day, even on my days off, to go and get her nails done. Dad, I didn't realise you had to pay cash. Everyone said I'm stupid. Of course you have to pay cash, because it doesn't go through the books and nobody pays pissing tax on it. That's why. Do you look lovely, by the way? She was slightly confused. She walked in and one of the girls who was there went, let's have a look at your nails. She went, yeah, 37 quid. How was it 37 quid? How did it, not 35 or 40, 37. How did he come to that figure? We don't know. So you don't get your nails done. Do you did your nails yourself? Are you a nail didder? I ain't saying she a nail didder, but yeah, do you do them yourself? Do you paint them with Hammerite? How do you get on with them? How did he not break? Fucking mental, man. Are you part eagle? Is that what it is? But you are English, so you don't care. Fair enough. I spent the first 4 years of my life in Wrexham, so there's a little bit of... I'd like to do a little bit better than I actually am at the moment. My first school was Boris Park Juniors in Wrexham. In Boris Park in Wrexham, funnily enough. Mrs. Wilson was the teacher. Borada, children. Borada, Mrs. Wilson. That was every morning. That's about as far as I got with me Welsh. Man, you haven't painted your nails for 30 years. What? Just completely au naturel. It's mad. But in a good way, I suppose. Were these still as long 30 years ago, though? Or have you stopped doing it because you've suddenly grown them longer? Why am I doing that? Like a fucking tiger. Roar. It's a very camp tiger, that one, isn't it? This cup of tea is spectacularly hot, by the way. Even though I made it at 6 o'clock. Because of thermos. Because I'm worth it. Not a fucking peep out of thermos or goo. Ungrateful, inconsiderate bastards. Pushing your products here, man. Speaking of products, I am rocking the 8 Mile Radius t-shirt. Because it's like that and that's the way it is. I haven't done the tour one yet. I'll have to work on that at some point. I should have done that while I was off, shouldn't I, really? What have you done while you were off? Fuck all. Except I did. I've recorded some bits and pieces. Yeah, hang on. Press buttons, press buttons. Tracker boys made it a bit tight today, they did. Surprise win, although, is anything a surprise in this league anymore? When the so-called bigger teams are getting turned over all the time because the smaller ones have just realised, go at them, give them hell. Full pace, full tilt. Used to bite them really badly, then you stopped. Did the whole nail art phase before it was a thing. You were in there at the ground floor. Very nice. Very, very nice. Back then, did you get someone else to do it for you, or did you do it yourself? No, I don't bother, see. I don't bother. Mandy doesn't sound like that, by the way. I don't fucking bother now. I just fucking leaves them. Proper talons. Britain's Got Talons. It is a big job, innit? Painting the time bridge, or painting the fourth one. You get to one end of your hand, you have to go back to the start again. Should do them in Hammerite. Or the glow in the dark ones, fluorescent glow in the dark. Do one a different colour. And then record yourself, do a video. All that stuff. Nail art, proper nail art. In the dark. Did it yourself. It wasn't a ting back then, was it? Wasn't he a ting? But it is now, isn't it? You've done Hammerite. On your nails. I did tell you, didn't I, about the fella who had Hillman Imp, I think it was. Used to take us to Wales all the time, to Llangollen and places like that, constantly. Brilliant fella, but just a little bit tapped as well. Painted his car in silver Hammerite, so it became known as the Silver Hornet. If you walk past it, you'd scrape yourself with blood everywhere. And it wasn't even smooth Hammerite, it was the stippled stuff that you put on drain pipes to stop people climbing up them. His entire car was painted in that, using paintbrushes. That was a fucking mad place, that. Garston in South Liverpool. Some very, very, very strange things. That was Alan Hewitt. Alfie Penn used to have Robin Reliance, which he'd wake up of a morning and be facing in a different direction every day. Benny Gregg built a boat in the Close. A fucking wooden boat. It was like a Noah's Ark. Nobody batted an eyelid. It was huge. You had to get a crane to come and pick her up and take her out. His brother became a professional wrestler. Just absolutely mad street. I miss that lunacy. I miss that lunacy. The Forth Bridge. Tyne Bridge is just as bad, but I think the Forth Bridge is the famous one, isn't it? Constantly painting it back to front. You played different noughts and crosses games on each nail once. It's a shame it was your hand ones, because I know you could have had tic-tac-toe nail, couldn't you? Connor, you are here before Ali. You are only just out. Jeez, look at that. In there like swimwear. Ali, 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 oh. Yakida, la. How are we? We all alright? I was going to say something. This is happening far too often, this. I think things. I mean, pen and paper, post-it notes, another pad, another pen. My phone's got voice notes that you can use in it, and I constantly think of things and forget to write them down or record them. A lot of which happens when I'm in the car as well, so you can't really record when you're in the car, can you? Doing 70 mile an hour. Nice tree. It's not overly festive, but you know, it's a bit. For now, at least, anyway. It's not too. I quite like it. It's a little bit. I don't know. Understated. Would you say understated is the word, or is it grease? Let's have a look. Donald, how you doing, bud? How's things? You okay? Ali Alio, how is your face? How are you getting on? How are you getting on? Everton, Man United. Well, Man United Everton is coming up soon. That's on the 1st of December. At Old Trafford. The return fixture will be on the 22nd of February at Goodison. The last ever time that United go to Goodison. They might get us in the cup, but that's February, so we might have been knocked out by them, mightn't we? You know what we're like. On account of the fact that we are absolute dog shit. Is it Baltic indoors? It's not. It's nice. It was really cold yesterday. It's been very, very mild today. But I like the look of the hat, so we're going with the hat. Know what you mean? Know what I mean? Sure, 'tis yourself. We're doing great. We are doing great. Where's the... I've got stuff everywhere. It's mad. Things like that. With a quick release mount on it. There's just cameras and tech everywhere, and I mean everywhere. It is, as the kids say, mad thing, fam. Oh, hello. Looks like someone else has got a new shanker as well. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Helen. Thank you. Proper hat, man. These are proper hats. Only the cool kids get away with wearing these. Are we still talking footy? No, we're off that now. Did you see the rugby on Friday? Didn't see any of that. I'm not a rugby union fan myself. League, yes. But no union. It's been a weird day today. It's a fucking weird day every day for me. Tomorrow, I've got to be up early. I've got to drop the child off at work. Say the child. 19 in April. Jesus. I'll take my camera with me just in case. You never know. There might be stuff. Mandy would like a bucket or two. We can do that. We can do a bucket of brushy, which seems to be on vogue at the moment, isn't it? Bit of brushy. Twins with a capital F. We are. I like them. They are warm as well, like. You're happy your team won today? They did. Good results as well, that. But there's been some strange results this week. Wasn't expecting City to get beat again. I really thought they were going to turn it round, but, you know, these things happen. Any points you get are points earned at the moment, aren't they? Yours is 30 years old and is real rabbit skin. Jeez, man. That must be really warm now. I am jealous. Not that much jealous, just like that much jealous. I might invest in a better one at some point. Slange, definitely. Same old Sunday vibes. So, with it being Sunday, have we listened to the radio, to the musics? Have we had our bath? Done our homework? What are we watching? What do we watch on Sunday afternoon or Sunday evenings? There was always something on, wasn't there? I can't remember. Any White Russian? Yes, Black Russian, White Russian. No blue Russians, but you know, we can Russian up anything for you. We're always rushing about. England versus Ireland next Sunday. That the rugby union. Always a grudge match. England versus anyone really, isn't it? Just say not my scene, no man. I know Australia have just seen one of their rugby league stars move to rugby union. Salihi, and the rugby league community are not happy with it. Not happy at all. He'll make his money and come back in 2 years' time saying that he's bored. All right. Yeah. I didn't realise that in rugby union, the ball is in play about 33 minutes out of every 80, whereas it's more like 58 for rugby league, which is probably why I enjoy watching it a bit more. But mad, isn't it? Does Ruby not want to eat your hat? Does it still smell of rabbit? Is that what it is? No Smurf Russians, we don't want that. Martin's Eve, yes. Met some of the family for duck at your mum's. You mentioned that, haven't you, that it's, you eat duck around Martin's Eve. She never really drunk alcohol and you're horrified to find her hammered. Man, every now and then. Sam Burgess, yep, absolutely. One or two of them moved to Union and liked it, but not many of them. Because they come back bored shitless. Even Sam Burgess, who was a huge prop forward, didn't like it. And he's in the middle of it. People like Josh Charnley was there for a while. He played for Sale and he's back at, he's playing for Lee Leopards at the moment. He is now, I think, second in the all-time try scorers charts. If he hadn't spent 2 years away from league, he'd probably be top. But he gave it a go and then came back. Sam Burgess looks, even now, he's a coach at Warrington Wolves. He is fucking huge, that man. Massive. You see him getting interviewed. There's a little blonde Australian woman who does the interviews after the game. Some of the fellas she's interviewing just absolutely tower over it. It's mad. A Celtic jersey. That's what you want. What you really, really want. You don't need a bath. You don't have school tomorrow. Yeah, but it's traditional. You have your Sunday bath. Blue Russian, Blue Balls vodka, lemonade. Is that a Blue Lagoon? I'm not sure. I am not sure at all. Maybe we'll have to have a look on the cocktail menu. Should we have a look? Smells of hard work, yeah. The ball's in play for 5 minutes per hour in American football. It is a rubbish game for me, that one. I can't stand it. How can a game of 4 quarters of 15 minutes each last 4 hours? Just, I like a bit more flow to it than that. So. But it seems to like baseball. I love that, bizarrely. The drunk mother, we don't need that. Jason Robinson was a brilliant one to change codes, but he got involved and he still scored loads of tries in Union as well. But he was much better at league, playing for Wigan. Need a General Sport Paul logo. Stop moaning, Mandy, moaning. Tia, how you doing? How's things? You okay? Had your annual rinse last week, Donald? Very, very nice. A hose down. You've been missing in action far too long. You have. You certainly have, Tia. You really have. How's things? You okay? How are you getting on? Are you full of the joys of spring? I'm asking everyone this. No one seems to be full of the joys of spring yet. And they should be, man. Oh. Can I put my phone on charge? Yep, Connor's got a channel. Smashing it, lad. The usual hospital stuff, it's been tough. Oh, I can imagine it has been. Well, sending you all the energy we can muster. Hospitals are horrible places. I know we have to go to them to get better, but they're horrible to be there. I was in for 2 months and I thought it was bad enough. My dad was in and out. He has been in and out for the last 3 years. And a friend of ours, she had a stroke as well. She's been in for 6 months. She's due to come out in the next week or two, but 6 months, I'd be going absolutely insane. I was going insane after 3 or 4 weeks, never mind any longer than that. It's too much. Too much, man. Donald, be right back, mate. No worries. We'll time you. Go on. Sub to the Twitch. Yes, sub to the Twitch. To go along with the other 6,000 people who are watching over there at the moment. Hi, folks. There's nobody watching on Twitch. I'll try and make a sporty one with like a ball, a rugby ball, and a cricket ball or something. 3 different ones. We'll see if we can make that. Remind me of that later on, Mandy. Obviously, I could write it down because I've got a pen and ped. What the fuck am I on about? What are you talking about? Right, I'll do it myself now. General sports poor. If anyone sees my writing and sees what's going on here, they're going to be completely confused. What is he writing general sports poor for? Because he's an idiot. You're watching the NFL and the stream at the same time. I've never liked American football, even when it became huge for that short period during the mid-80s, when it was on Channel 4 and everyone was watching the Chicago Bears. Wasn't my thing. But I've enjoyed baseball since 1980. Yes, I am that specific when it comes to years. Going over to LA and watching an LA Dodgers game live while we were there, it was just, we weren't in the stadium, we were in someone's house watching it, but I was buzzing off it. I thought it was fantastic. So I've been a Dodgers fan ever since, which is why I wear a Dodgers hat. I'm not just wearing it for shits and gigs, etc. If you remember, I've just written it down. I'll remind you, but I might forget, so you remind me and I'll remind you later. Jackie Lewis, what about you? How you doing? You alright? Yeah, the cocktails, now that Jinxie has joined the chat as well. We'll have a look at the cocktail board done by our very own Mandy. We have the Jinxie Jungle Juice on the cocktail menu now, which is fruits of the forest. Avoid the forest that the bears have used for their you-know-whats. Spritzer, served with an umbrella and a wooden straw, a wooden one. Slight clagginess, but bound to get the party started. Let's get this party started. There's a fuzzy bear, which is tequila, grapefruit juice, lime, agave syrup, and a splash of kipper juice. Sounds utterly repulsive. Tequila Funlander, Mexican spirits, a fumble in the car park behind the waltzers, with a slick-haired young man of dubious virtue. We all know one of them. There's a mojito, which is a jito, but a day's mo. A whiskey mac, a shot of whiskey in a glass. You drink it wearing a dirty Colombo-style mac with your lard house. And a berushi, which is a black Russian, served by the bucket after going through a slushy machine. Order at your own risks. There are alcohol-free versions. Don't forget to tip the bar steward. And Barnsey.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It's there. It is there. Fantastique, as they say in Japan. Up the workers. Oh, I'm worn out after that now. What are we up to? Cool in the Gang, ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh, what a night. Speaking of music, why is BBC 4 so utterly hot and cold and shite and fantastic at the same time? Why is it one week the entire night is full of brilliant music and the next week it's dog shit? It's awful, isn't it? Pissing me off. They took money off it to go and put it somewhere else because they were getting too artistic and stuff like that and had actual opinions, so they don't like that. Now it's all just repeats. But the Smiths were on live the other week. Joe Jackson was. The Cure, the Cure's new album is amazing. Love it. I have been proper buzzing off that album, listening to it constantly. Even in bed, during the day, headphones on, tunes blaring, man, tunes. It was great. No, Connor, Thea isn't from Ireland. Might have family from there, we all have, haven't we, to be honest. You didn't write all of those, some of the OGs, yes I know. I do remember Mandy. I may be brainless, but I'm not completely brainless. Am I dressing as Amy? Or Army? Don't want to dampen the mood. Stop by in the new year to update before major surgery. Oh well, hopefully it's all sound. You know, hopefully it goes well. We can send you every positive vibe we have to spare. Horace is sending them as well. As is the hairy ninja potato. Good vibes coming your way. Just plodding on for now. That's about the best we can do at the moment. I think most of us, the best that we can do is to plod on. Half American, half British. The half British side is plodding on for now, I think, isn't it? That should be one of our things in the Constitution. Thou shalt plod on for now. Jenksy, you're sitting on your bed so you fall asleep. Are you on the bed, or sort of on the edge of the bed? Because we don't want you falling onto the ground. Being found in the morning with a chalk outline drawn around you. And Charlie with a bit of chalk in her paw looking very, very shifty. You know what I mean, don't you? You'll need them. They are coming your way from here till the time that you need them as well for the surgery. They're amazing people, surgeons, so let's hope so. Yeah, our Jackie's on her back again. Standard procedure. Yet you could never dampen the mood in here. We are happy souls, aren't we? That's, again, I think that's one of the things I really like about this. People are genuinely fairly happy and upbeat. No matter what's happening, there's a silver lining is always sought for every dark cloud. I like that. I've got friends who I work with. I've not been in the office for ages, but friends who I worked with where absolutely everything was the worst that could possibly happen. It was always a chore. Didn't matter what it was. Like, you just won £6 million in the lottery. Oh, shit. You mean I've got to go all the way to Warrington to pick it up? Oh, life's so unfair. Really. But here, everyone's mood's upbeat. Half back at present. Jackie's playing rugby at the moment. Likes a good scrum, does our Jackie. We are around any time that you want to chat. There we are. There's the RDA. There's always someone in there, or you know, on Instagram or wherever you want. We're always around. You know that. Oh, and you have.
It's going up. 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 It's there.
It's there. Level 1. Brilliant. You have leveled up. Yeah, it's critical and there's a 1 in 5 chance you won't survive, so you're terrified. I can imagine. But on the flip side, there's a 4 in 5 chance that you will survive. So we'll go on with that. 4 in 5 beats 1 in 5, right? You will get through this. You will do. Absolutely 100%. Every vibe that we've got is coming your way. We're going to get there. Absolutely. Do we know your mother? Yes, we're all in contact with your mum, who gives us all the secrets about you. That Jaggy Lure Swan. Mandy, every day you're buffering. Yep. Gingers crossed. Absolutely gingers crossed. Thumbs held if you're in Sweden. There's something else as well, isn't there? Fingers crossed, thumbs held. Something else as well that people do. Crossing everything you can, yep, absolutely. These surgeons are amazing, they really are. So, to go on the positive side of things, although it's completely understandable that you are shitting yourself over it, we get that, but we're going with the positive. Let's do this thing, as they say in Japan. Yep. Best wishes for it. Exactly, well said, Connor. Let's have a good Christmas. With loads of... Oh, Mandy, you ate mince pies the other week, didn't you? I still haven't seen any. To be fair, I haven't been looking, but I want a mince pie. Mince pies that have got a sell-by date on them. Eat before, sort of, was it December the 3rd? Eat before December the 3rd, these mince pies. What the fuck? Who's eating mince pies before then? Well, obviously Mandy is. It's been delayed, yeah. So it means you have a nice quiet Christmas. Best thing to do. Let worry about that in the new year. Until then, get your little paper party hat on. Let's get this sorted. Let's get this. Let's nail this. Let's nail this mother. A bit unnecessary, that, isn't it? Jeff was in charge for that one. Let's nail this mother. Yep. What's up? You didn't get a nickname from Casper tonight, and she likes good nicknames. I won't go there. Our Jenksy. Kirsty, how you doing? Austin Forgery Workbench. That sounds like very much like Texas sword making. Druidic Noetic. Woodhorn Voyeuristic. Is this slidey writing, or have you got some very, very, very dodgy live Google stuff coming up? Is that your search history, is it? Yeah, you made it this far, beating the odds. Take on the odds at every opportunity. Sod them. Sod the odds. Sods. Loads of positive energy. We're going to get through there. You will. George Michael there. Gotta have fighter. Burp, burp. Bunny in the house. She is indeed our rabbit hole library. Yeah, exactly, Jackie. Focus on the Christmas. What comes in the new year comes in the new year. Just leave it till then. And in the meantime, we're all here. But it's still stupidly hot. Slidey writing and search history. Very, very dodgy stuff. I like it. Claggy Glursh. I like that one. That could be a good dogging name for you as well. A second dogging name seems like you've already got one. Aim that Claggy Glursh. What's everyone's favourite Christmas song? Oh, go on. That's a good question. Not everyone likes Christmas songs because they're on permanently. Especially if you've lived or worked in a pub where they're on just... If you're doing an 8-hour shift, they're on 30 times within that space. But... Good question. Druidic, Noetic, Voyeuristic. 8 Mile Radius. Toronto, 1972. There you go. Bit of 8 Mile Radius merch. Available in the merch store. Which is... Where's the fucking stuff? In the pinned comments is the merch store. If you want some 8 Mile radius stuff, I will pin it, because I'm capable of pinning stuff. Good stuff, isn't it? I like that. Fairy Tale of New York. I think that's going to be high up on most people's lists. I think that, genuinely. A bit of Dean Martin. You like the Rat Pack stuff, do you? Dreading it there. You feel like everything's stacked against you, and must do. Glad to have the extra time. Got some pretty good drugs while you wait. Fantastic. Yeah, see, always look for the silver lining. I might not be 100%, but Jesus Christ, I'm smelling colours. You're going to be sound. Nightmare Before Christmas, any song from that? Obviously, Kirsty, obviously. A bit of Slade, Ali, go on. Manny prefers traditional carols. Oh, they say there'll be snow this Christmas by Greg Lake. That is a fantastic, underrated and often overlooked song, that one. They said there'll be peace on earth. Yep. Jackie's coming over to see you there to share in the medication. Keeping it all for yourself. But get in the Christmas spirit. Jackie Lewis, you hate the Fairy Tale of New York. As many people like it as hate it, as many people hate it as like it. Do you know what? I'm going to go for Jonah Louie. Can You Stop the Cavalry, I think. Which isn't your typical Christmas tune, but I like it anyway. Happy Christmas, your arse. Yep. Steve had to leave Instagram in a rush because he was being chased by the Russians, unfortunately. Oh, man. So don't slag off Russians on Instagram. In Soviet Russia, Instagram slags you. Thought he'd been abducted by aliens. It was very nearly abducted by Russians. Bit of Nat King Cole, the Christmas song, some of the Danish carols you sing. I don't know. I'm going to go with Stop the Cavalry by Jonah Louie, but do you know what I did like? Merry Christmas Everybody by Slade, but played by Noel Gallagher on just an acoustic guitar. And it's a song that my dad hates because, again, like I say, we lived in the pub, so it was on constantly. And you get sick of hearing it. But just hearing that version, just Noel Gallagher on stage singing it live with an acoustic guitar, it's a really good song. If you change the words from Merry Christmas to something else, it would have still got to number one, I think. And maybe I'm mellowing in my old age, but I don't mind it now. And the fact that we left the pub in 2003, so we haven't got like hour after hour after hour of the same songs playing. I might just be melting down to it. And do you know what? I actually don't mind Mariah Carey, her Christmas tune. It sounds as though it could have been written in the 70s or 80s. You know, it's got a little bit about it that I think sounds all right. Do you know those bands that wrote those Christmas tunes? Every year they get a PRS check, the Performing Rights Society check, and pretty much every year they could go out and buy a house. Coinage, that's where the money is. Yes, I know, Mandy. Birthday. I know. I'll get there. I will make a birthday song. I will get there. Remind me. If you can't remember, I'll remind you. Bit of bowls and oath. Yeah, they don't disappear. Just drop in when you feel you can. Don't have to all the time, we know that, but even if it's just for 5 minutes here and then, we are here. Almost turned into fucking Frasier there, didn't I? We're listening. Would you like a drink on the house? In fact, you know what? Sorry, happy hour. All drinks half price. Yours is on the house. The rest of you, get your virtual hands in your virtual pockets. Jackie, your own virtual pockets, thank you. Little Birdie suggested you stop by, as it's been ages. If you're awake and able to, you should do. You'll be surprised. at some of the utter shite that we talk about, but it's nice. And yet, as Steve said, Ali goes way. Thea, Steve go way back. Thea's one of the OGs. All the people that have been in this sort of community around Dan's channel and what have you for years now, all go way, way back. Which is why we're all so comfortable ripping the piss out of each other, as it should be. That's why it feels like a proper pub. Have 8 Mile Radius done a Christmas song yet? Oh, fuck up, Mandy. Not yet. They're going to have to, aren't they? Oh, man, they're going to have to. Which also means that Combat Erection are going to have to do a punk Christmas song as well. Horace Haiku, I think he's too cool to do that, but we'll see. Yeah, 8 Mile Radius going to have to do a 28-minute long Christmas prog song, aren't they? Which means I'm going to have to make it and then make a video. Oh, thank you very much. Shane McGowan got over $500,000 a year because of Fairy Tale. Because it gets played constantly. I think Noddy Holder spoke about, because Slade did quite a few of them, didn't he? Pretty much every year he could buy a new house. And then he passes that on to his family. Just absolutely incredible. Did the Mariah thing start after the stroke? It must have done. I don't particularly like it, but I think it sounds a bit more authentic than some of the ones that have been written in the years since. And by that I mean the likes of fucking East 17. I hate that stay. Reminds me of being really cold on Christmas Day, driving to Garston to see my family. But it was like a miserable. We were all knackered. We've been working all day. I was covered in beer. I never had time for a shower to go and have our Christmas dinner about 7 o'clock in the evening before coming back and opening the side door for the Christmas night drink. Annoyed the life out of me, that. 2021's 3 years. The time has flown. It really has. It's ridiculous. Yep. Still fighting strong. Can you write the lyrics? If you want to write the lyrics, you can, because they can get copied and pasted into. The writer for 8 Mile Radius can then utilise that to write the song when he's in the studio. Giving away my secrets here, aren't I? Who gets it now? It'll be his wife. Yep. The next of kin, whoever the rights get passed down, so you can leave it to your kids, which some people do, and it lasts. I think copyright lasts. Normally with music, it'll be 70 years after the writer or the last of the performers in a band is no longer with us. So you can sort out your family, the future for the next couple of generations with a really big song. Isn't it good? You got yourself in the newspaper a few weeks ago that the police had to cut you off the motorway, or had to cut off the motorway for you. You are non-stop trouble. Good. Trouble comes to those who need it. I think, anyway. The police are probably sat there just drinking thermoses of tea. Thermos, because they're worth it. Just sat around eating Greggs and drinking tea anyway, so they needed something to do. Fuckers, we pay their wages. You remember that, we pay their wages. East 17 was a very bad Christmas for you because you were living in Glasgow. Glasgow sound. The one weekend I was in Glasgow wasn't even Christmas, but it was December, beginning of December, so I quite liked it. I'll have to go back at some point. Kirsty was distracted by kittens. Of course you were. They looked lovely, those little kittens. Gorgeous little kittens. Stay now. Bing bong bong. Fucking hell. Knobheads, aren't they? I hate E17. But even worse than E17, New Kids on the Block. Remember that Hanging Tough? They did the video for Hanging Tough, and they're all doing lip curls and pretend to be rock hard. You think to yourself, fucking hell, mate. If you'd have come to school in the UK at that point, you'd have been bullied until you cried You'd be in a pool of tears. You remember buying the cassette. There needs to be more cassettes. I reckon, genuinely reckon, after vinyl, because that's now this big, huge thing, isn't it, again? Which is why the stuff I've been buying is costing me a pissing fortune. And I think I need to buy another unit for more records. Cassettes are going to be the next one, because cassettes are just as good as records in having the full spectrum of sound on them. Bit more difficult, obviously, because they get chewed up, or you might need one of them to spool the bloody things. No, my eyes are there so you can't see it, can you? Cover my eyes, no. Anyway. Yeah, more cassettes. I remember having Screamager by Therapy. I think I've got it somewhere. The cassette was in a box that looked like a cigarette box, a green one. I've got it somewhere in here. Kirsty has more than one kitten around, she does. Little kitties. Make sure you don't get a taste for cables. If you see Joust, taking them over to have a look, away. You remember going to Aberdeen in July and it was Baltic? It is. The whole of the east coast from about Grimsby north is absolutely freezing constantly. I remember going to Redcar if you're from around there, in probably around about April or May, and having to pull me woolly hat down over my face because the sand was in my eyes and it was freezing cold. Yep, Kirsty, Steve and Helen loved the photos. Lovely, aren't they? Like that. They used to love New Kids on the Block. Oh, man. I'm not apologising for this. Sorry. Foot down. Not apologising for it. They would get bullied everywhere. Like the kids from Brooklyn that came over to Manchester. Kids from Manchester went to Brooklyn. Done a school swap. The Brooklyn kids, who were really tough, lasted about 2 days. Wanted to go home because it was too rough for them. The Manchester kids loved it in New York. They're fantastic. Have the kitties got names? Anyone else fancy Donny Wahlberg? That would be, wouldn't it? The famous one for about 5 minutes. I think every one of them was fancied, weren't they? Judging by the girls in our school at the time, anyway. It wouldn't stop if you were crying, just egg them on. Absolutely. We've found the chink in the armour. Let's go for it. Ali thought he was okay. Where have the kittens come from? Well, Steve, when a daddy cat and a lady cat who love each other very much, the stork brings them. Kirsty, the first one you can't spell a name. The other one at the moment is called Mozzarella. Oh, nice. Very nice, very, very nice. Dice out. Up the work is right, Tomash. How you doing? The ladies are grand. All the lovely ladies are grand, aren't they? Yep. How are you, Tomash? Are you sound? Still sore? How's the neng? How's the nose? Did you manage to see the doctor about it? Yeah, I can't remember. Have they put your nose in a sling? Kirsty's got 4 cats. She is slowly but surely turning into crazy cat lady. And we are here for it. Well, Instagram's there for it. The evidence is there. It's there. So you got to go. No worries. Been lovely seeing you as well. Don't be a stranger. We are always here or there. The streams on here are on Wednesdays and Sunday nights at 8. So if you're around, it's always the same people in them as well. You are more than welcome. Always on the house as well, wherever you want. I'm not going to start singing in status quo there. Don't worry about it. Oh, Thomas, you've got the The Weyer pie. Joe, you've got another one, sort of. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. 2 cats, 2 kittens. Are you starting an arc? Is that what it is? Slowly but surely. Less sore. Good stuff. GP tomorrow to see if the schnoz needs an ENT referral. What shall I say? What shall I say? 2 adults and 2 kittens. That's a proper family. That's an atomic kitten family, isn't it? No. Go on, Thomas. Thomas. Yep. See, yep. I've got Steve's number if you want it. Just give me a shout. Reach out on Instagram and I'll give you the number. He's always there, is our Steve. He's a good one. The sexy gorilla. That sounds awful if nobody knows what we're talking about there, isn't it? That weird fella with the strange face and the mad hat talking about a sexy gorilla. What's he on about? You're only meant to get 1 kitten, not 2. Too late now. Too late. How do you establish the mass of a red hot chili pepper? You give it away, give it away, give it away now. Hell yeah. Strangers in the night, exchanging fluids. Jeff. Come on, you don't need to lower the tone like that. Disgusting. Yeah, and for that one, by the way.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed, very poor. I know, Jeff's disgusting, isn't he? He's a filth monger. He's a monger of filth. Coming around here causing kerfuffles. I forgot my beer. I was going to have one tonight. But it didn't. Remind me on Wednesday. I will have one on Wednesday. You're about the 7th person to say that to you today. Oh dear God, Thomas. And you don't even hold any meaning anymore, yeah. Just water, ducks back, hello. It's dark, but it's dry. Do you remember when these streams not only used to start in daylight, but sometimes used to end in daylight as well? That doesn't seem that long ago, does it? But it was. It genuinely was. And I've been knackered. I've been off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like I said. Every morning I had to get up and do something. Wednesday, my daughter was working. Thursday, she had to go and get her nails done. Friday, I had to take my dad to the hospital. And then Saturday, I felt like 10 kilos of shite in a 5 kilo sack. So I just sort of stayed in bed, listened to music. Got up late. It was dark when I got up. So I've wasted 3 days and a weekend by barely being able to get out the house. But even now when I want to film tomorrow, golden hour lasts 15 minutes. Sorry, golden hour lasts about an hour and a half. Blue hour, which I love, lasts about 15 minutes. And it's dark by 4 o'clock. Bugger all, man. It's horrible. No time to record. Although I did record outside Funland, which is nice when it's dark because all the lights are behind you. Looks purdy. The sun in June wouldn't have set there at this time. The sun in June here normally would go down about 10:30ish, I think. Mrs. Tom had a lovely weekend in that there London there with her mammy. Domingos Duarte is dozing on his perch, having been under your feet all day. Satisfied kitten. More holidays than Butlins. all deserved, to be honest with you. It's good to be the king. Yeah, Thomas, what you doing, boy? Sounds familiar as well. Thomas. Yeah, Mrs. Tom and Mummy had a great time in that London. It's called London, apart from in Liverpool, where it's that London. Match, I suppose it's be the same in the whole of the North, won't it? He's going down to that London. That London. Kev, how you doing, bud? How's things? We all right? Are we full of the joys of spring? I need to find someone who's full of the joys of spring. No fucker is yet. I want to be full of the joys of spring instead I'm full of the misery of autumn. But I haven't sneezed today. How's that? I haven't sneezed. So we're getting there. Which means I'm going to sneeze at some point today, isn't it? Obviously. Ah, man. Do you know, I knew I'd forget something. I didn't turn the speakers on, so we've had a piggly ding and I haven't even noticed. Jackie Lewis, that fucking Jackie Lewis one. Here, by the way, do you like the hat? Who could look better than me wearing this hat? Well, that's who could look better than me wearing this hat. Steve-O. Now, magicians normally will pull a rabbit out of a hat. Steve managed to pull a hat out of a rabbit, so can't argue with that, can you? Thomas must be rich. Nobody working for the NHS is rich apart from the consultants and things like that. This anti-cyclonic gloom is doing you in, weather and light-wise. Is that a half-man, half-biscuit shout? Because it might be. Who's next anyway? Put your hands in the air and wave them like you want to pull pints. Who's next behind the bar? Kirsty's smashing the food. First hand I see is our Jinxie. Right, and this time there is going to be a piggly ding. Ali Ali-O. This is on a lamppost in town. Steel, tech and sheds. Vote Mr. Shed. 228%, as I'd say. More useful than a politician. It is. All sheds. I want a shed. We've got a little shed at the side of the house, but it's not mine. It's where we keep the lawnmower and the scythe and things like that, you know. We've got gardeners tear up and do that anyway, so it's pointless having stuff in there. I want a proper shed. I want a man shed. I want a man shed that I can pot around in. One that's got a leather armchair. Why would you have a leather armchair in a shed? Because I want to sit in there and listen to music, that's why. I want a proper shed. Proper shed. Steve is ready to storm Red Square. In Soviet Russia, Red Square storms you. I'll be there with him, side by side. Solidarity, brother. Better believe it, man. The revolution's going to start. You won 97 quid on the lottery last night. Congratulations. Thomas is round. It's a bit harsh, that, isn't it? I know he's put a bit of weight on, but there's no need for that, Mandy. Bang out of Voda. You bang out of Voda. Take that bike. Ali Ali-O wants a Coke. Man Cave. Is that what I should build, or are you offering your services again, Jackie? Or is that your third dogging name that we didn't know about? Claggy Gluey. Yeah, put £1 or £2 on. Very, very unkind. No need for it. I haven't weighed myself today. I did yesterday. I was 95.9, which I think would be Radio Merseyside, but with a little bit of static. Drinks on Thomas. Steve, yeah, with a slight resemblance to the Tom Davis comedian, the 6'12", 9'11" comedian. He's massive, isn't he? Proper huge. Proper cockney as well, isn't he? Proper cockney. He's probably not even from London, though. Did you get 5 numbers? I need a garden room then, not a shed. There's not enough room in the garden. The garden looks lovely, by the way, but there's not enough room in there to fit anything. This is going to be the same kind of shed that this pub is. But I want one. Of course, delusions of grandeur would say, I want an outbuilding on a homestead or a farm or something. You know what I mean? I do with a studio, my own studio. But you can't wait till shit starts going cyclonic again and we can all crack on. Once it does, I know the weather's mad though, isn't it, at the moment? It's just, you never know from day to day what it's going to be like. Which is pretty much 365 days a year in the UK, isn't it? Middle of summer, it's going to be lovely. When else started snowing. See what? He is a tall lad, he is. I think he's a smidge under 9'12". Just a smidge. Caravan. That could work, a caravan, apart from the fact that it'd need a British Imperial fuck ton of sound deadening. Otherwise, because I know Auto Alex do their podcasts at the moment in the back of a caravan that they've... It's not in the back of a caravan. What you're talking about, the whole caravan is the caravan. There isn't a back to it, it's the whole caravan. And they haven't sound deadened it, so it sounds fucking awful. But yeah, I could do with something like that. A Winnebago. In fact, remember that Winnebago. Remember that. There's only one Tom Davis there is, and it's not that one. It is the skateboarding, chopstick, recycling midfielder, perma injured midfielder who plays for Sheffield United. 6'7", big lad, yeah, 201. You would think, wouldn't you, if there's a pro celebrity football game, him and Greg Davis, centre halves, untouchable. He was also in House of Fools, which is the Vic and Bob sitcom. And when I put into the iPlayer yesterday, House of Fools, the 2 results I came up with were the House of Commons and the House of Lords. So you can go back and watch what they've been talking about. I thought it was very, very apt. Very apt. Fight for no caravan for ma. Yeah. Do you love dogs though? I love dogs. Oh, it was a must be won. 3 numbers is usually 30. If jackpot's not won, the prize is rolled down. Oh, is that how that works? 3 numbers is 92. Oh man. 5 quid was a lucky dip. 4 numbers are 264. Shite. You never done the lottery, Jackie? Oh man, you should do. You could win. My 3rd or 9th cousin, whoever it is, won 12.3 million. Boring fucker. He bought himself a new coat and some tools to do his cabinet making job. Whereas his younger brother was saying, can I have a Ferrari? I want this, I want that. That's how you should live, man. 12.3 million. This is going back. Was it late 90s, early 2000s, something like that? Mad thing, fam. He was in Alan Partridge as well and did Murder Unsuccessful. I've seen that, like, but I didn't realise he was in Partridge. I haven't seen that. Save your money, Jackie. Save your money. You love dogs. Do the postcode lottery. I've not done that one. Ali, if and when you win the lottery, you won't forget us. You'll send the occasional video from your island paradise. How you doing? You've got to be in it to win it. You've got to. You can't win without going in for it. I'd love one of those mad Euro Millions rollovers, like 100 odd million. I mean, proper, full on. Try and change as many people's lives as possible. That would be the way to do it. Sorry, my phone's going a little bit earth on rental here. You don't have that in the in Northern Ireland, the postcode lottery. He was actually in the movie Wonka. I haven't seen that either. You don't put it on, but you still dream of winning. That's fair enough. That's what dreams are for, aren't they? Could get a better car for dogging, you could. Get one of those proper full-on Winnebagos. Or is that cheating? Be cheating, wouldn't it? You want a shitey owl hatchback or something, don't you? And a state car. There you go. Too close to the boner. How am I feeling, Ali Alio? I am feeling okay. This cold has come and gone about 9 times now. And it's not even a cold. My nose isn't running really. I haven't got a cough. It's just, I don't know, just a little bit of an icing on the cake of fatigue, I think, at the moment. But I'll get there. Kirsten, if you won the lottery, you don't know what you'd buy other than going on holiday. You wouldn't need to buy anything apart from a load of charges, a shitload of charges. Every time one went missing, just get another one sorted. Have you won the lottery loads of times? Loads of times. I went to a stage of winning like pretty much every week for about 3 months, it felt like. And every one of them was a tenner. Or on the Euro Millions, you put a tenner on, you win £2.40 back or something. Marvellous. Jackie, you would travel the world. I think that's the best thing to do. If you ever won a load of money, go and see what the world has to offer. There's so much out there. So much we could do. Yeah. You've got to be realistic, but you've got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how are you going to have a dream come true? Be sensible. Be Captain Sensible. Your uncle's friend won about the same as £500,000 on the Danish state lottery about 20 years ago. My dad was talking about Harry Wilson, the Welsh footballer who plays for Fulham. It's his granddad, not his dad, who put 50 quid on him. Like when he was first born, he will end up playing for Wales in the national team and won 100 odd grand and retired the following day. That's how you do it. Get your money, walk out the bookies. Good night, Vienna. Man, if you won, you wouldn't tell anybody, but there would be signs. I would think so as well. There would be if I won it. I'd keep it quiet, but I'd turn up to work for that one day I was going in a pastel blue zoot suit. Fedora with the feather sticking out of it. Pimp caned a lot like. See how long it'd take him to kick me out. The 2s, the 1s, the 5s, always the little ones, isn't it? Never the massive jackpot. Reminds me of my granddad when someone, he said to someone rather, I fell off a 40-foot ladder the other day. Bloody hell, you're all right? Yeah, I was only on the bottom rung. It's all spin. It's how you spin things, man. Mandy would change her name to Dollar Bills, y'all. Would know about that. Yep, Jackie does the planet, touring the planet in a motorhome, jogging here, there and everywhere. Start off in the Canary Islands, obviously. Canary Islands are not canaries as in birds, they are canarias as in dogs, the home of dogging. Realistic is definitely not in your vocabulary, we know that. Mind you, at your age, we're not surprised. Nails visible from space. All of the wool, not just some of it, all of it. An entire house next door just to house the wool. driving around in a gold-plated Rolls Royce, or a Rolls Royce at that point, wouldn't it? It is just happy talk. I like Captain Sensible. We're glad it's all over. What a boss tune that is. Yep. Mandy doesn't drive, but all the wool. You can see she's getting excited at that now. All of the wool. You could have your own sheep. You're in Wales. They must be 10 a penny. Have your own sheep just constantly being sheared. I went to Wales once. There's a fellow with a sheep between his legs. I said, "Are you shearing that sheep?" He said, "No, go and get your bloody own, man, isn't it?"
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. Very poor. Nearly at 7k now. Yeah, smashing it. Kev is absolutely smashing it. For your wedding, you bought everyone who was at the meal a lottery ticket. It cost you 80 quid, and I thought those 80 tickets returned 13. That just shows you how shite it is, isn't it? But imagine if that one of those would have won. It'd have been amazing. Did it tuck back the toaster and then dropped you off a Bentley Continental or something. About 50 subs needed. That'll be there by tomorrow morning. George Michael there. Got to have faith there. Burr, burr. Ali, you want some Pringles? There you go. Horn cocktail, a salt and vinegar, very sour and chilli, or some teddy salted. Take your pick. You can have them. Oh, bit of roses on the dookie there, man. I am the resurrection. Reminds me of boogieing down in Labato in Liverpool on an indie night. Doing my best bez dancing. I can't do it now because my left hand doesn't fucking work. But apart from that, yeah. Smashing it, lad. The true returns of gambling. The only people that make money out of gambling are the bookies or the people that own the stuff. Bit of Teddy salted. You are most welcome. At the former Russian owner of the hat. Very poor indeed. Kev, back off to the races. No worries, mate. Good luck. Good hunting, as they say in Japan. Did he say break a leg in racing? I don't think they do, did he? Labato, what a place that was. Especially during the late 80s, early 90s. Indie nights were amazing in there. Loads of, during the Manchester thing, 88, 89. Loads of Happy Mondays, Stone Roses. But, you know, Shack. You used to be here Shack anywhere apart from in there a bit later on. Pale Fountains. Echo and the Bunny, man. Loads of Boss Scout stuff like that. Fucking sound, lad. Does Kev race live? You do, don't you? Del car racing live. Casper once made about 700 quid in a poker tournament. Happy days, man. That's I like that. Dwayne Eddies. And we're not discussing football. Norwich's result and the 0-0 Satis Nissi Optimum's continual shite. Yeah, we'll swear by that one this week. Came 67th out of 1,700. Fair play, man. First prize is $230,000 dollar bills, y'all, in English versions. Used to manage the cleaning staff at the Down Royal Racecourse. Met all sorts of people. That's a proper racecourse as well, isn't it? Bloody hell. So he does on SDW. But he's in the RL250 channel stream racing too. Right. Very, very nice. $100 buy-in. Injuries are killing you. Yeah, absolutely know that. The thing that's absolutely doing us in isn't injuries, apart from the manager being injured in the head. The most negative shite I've ever seen in my life. Makes Sam Allardyce look like Pep Guardiola. Casper used to play a bit. Keep an eye on him, he's a hustler. Yeah, Jackie was going to teach her about poker. I think that's what she said. Poker, poker. The owners are rich. We're rich and really nice. The middle wannabes were absolutely horrendous. Yeah, that seems to be... I mean, Billy Connolly used to tell a story about that, didn't he? About when he made it and went... Was it Drimmen he went to? He said the rich guys, the ones who all own the houses in Millionaire Row, they all got on really well with the locals, the poorer end of society. They all had loads in common. But it was the Volvo class in the middle, the social climbers, that ruined it. That seems to be the ones I've always come up against. A lot of entitlement. More entitlement than brain, normally. Everyone's starting to man-mark saints, and it's working. That's where your manager has to earn his money. This isn't working. Or we know they're going to do it, which leaves areas free. We'll play around them. We'll get the people in that can use this. Utilise that negative and turn it into a positive. Pep would. What would Pep do? Apart from throw a moody, throw a strop. He is killing us softly with his gravelly song, Strep Guardiola. I have to be careful saying that because my throat's knackered as well. Big tournaments after 6 to 8 hours, you just hit a concentration wall. That, I would think, would be the same for a lot of people, and the difference between being a good player and a great player is being able to continue after that 6 to 8 hours and still be absolutely as switched on as you were within the first 10 minutes. The Volvo ones, they are, aren't they? Always the same, no matter which part of life that you're in. It's always them lot causing the problems. Poker means the cards are stacked for you. So it'll be strip snap now and there, won't it? Or a Jackie Lewis. If you spent money on a digibox, why not use it? We've got a digibox and we're not afraid to use it. That was Fuzzbox, wasn't it? I had a distortion pedal, a Fuzzbox distortion pedal. I miss those days of being able to play guitar. Bastards. It's a wild long time. It isn't, it isn't. If you're into something like that and I mean, obviously you have to concentrate, playing poker especially, but it seems to fly by when you're doing stuff like that. We used to play poker in the pub of a night, after hours, and then you'd look up and it'd be light, about 6 o'clock in the morning, been playing for 10 minutes. How did that 5 hours go by? Because it does, you're into it. You know what I mean? Monday, how's the knitting? Are you knitting anything? Are you making anything? How is the power situation? Has the man come to finger your box? What's a digital box? Jackie, it's a box that's digital. Knitting, not. Not knitting, you haven't made anything. Power good till Friday at least. You're eating yogurt. Or yogurt as we call it. I mean, totally eating yogurt. 1988 was the first time I had Frogut, by the way, frozen yogurt. It was a taste sensation. Los Angeles 88, the Frogut years, taste sensation. I've got a fuzz box and I'm going to use it. It's fantastic. I loved all that stuff back then. Very poor indeed. You're just eating a yogurt as well. At least that's what you're saying it is round the side of your lips, isn't it? Just haven't wiped it off after the car park, have you? Filth. Utter filth. Disgusting filth. Pen. Eight-mile radius Christmas song. That's written down as well. It's what makes you bionic, yeah, and able to go on for more than 8 hours. A yogurt. I know the Irish call it a yogurt. course, it's yogurt to us. Which sounds a bit like a Viking, doesn't it? A Viking chief. Yogurt the Viking. Oh, that's why I also like as well, funnily enough, just reminded myself, in Man Down, the sitcom by Greg Davis. Yeah, it was Julie Wallace, who used to be in the no, I can't remember what it was called. She was a devil woman thing in it, where she plays a bit of a loon, and her name is Tegan, which is nugget backwards, because she is an absolute nugget. It's your story, and you'll tell it how you want. Tell it how you want. Tell it how you want. Man, you were thinking Mama's Got a Squeeze Box. Is that a tune? Is that like an old school tune, Mama's Got a Squeeze Box? That sounds very familiar. And I don't know why. Why is it? My brain's going mad. But it is a Sunday. So we have to do something, don't we? Time for some Jeffrey. Temporary traffic light chaos is my new jam. Yes, bastard. Been all around Southport, obviously, hasn't you? I'm giving van life a try. Glamping for doggers. Glogging. Oh, we are. Has he just coined a new term? Glogging. That could be the Winnebago from earlier. Can we stop with the fireworks now, please? Even he's had enough. And he's 25% fire. Hoo-yah! Yes. Glogging. Glam dogging in his Winnebago. See? These things are all interconnected, man. Ordinary to Enschede, half man, half biscuit. Tune, man. Brilliant city as well. You should go there at some point. Just don't be a football fan from out of town. Right, yeah, Daddy doesn't sleep at night is the next line, if you remember correctly. We're going to have to check that one out, aren't we? The roadworks make an appearance. They do. Right, this is how great it is. The major one that's just down the corner that gets in my way of picking my gorgeous daughter up of a morning got taken down, got finished yesterday. Today, there's more lights up because they're having to do the drains. They must have filled the drains in with sand and shite. So now it's closed. It should be open by tomorrow, I hope. But Southport is absolutely full of roadworks. To the point where I think it's a game. I'm sure it's a game, seeing if the people in the control tower can make someone explode. It's not going to be me, but someone might explode. Glogging was what you were doing the other year between all the Christmas market stalls in Copenhagen. Christmas market, my daughter starts on them in Liverpool again. Her third year, I think. On Thursday. Is it Thursday? I think it is. Thursday, Friday. Oh no, Wednesday, Thursday, I think. They're going to start opening up. Friday they'll be opening up and preparing. I think they open on either Friday night or Saturday. The Christmas markets will be open. She'll be there again. But this year, instead of me picking her up after midnight every night from Birkdale Station, her mate is driving. She'll be getting a lift there and a lift home. That's what we call in the business a roostery bonus. Longest tourney lasted about 11 hours. And the number 1 hour at 2,800. Only a $2 tourney, so that was around $650 first prize. That's still decent. Thomas did love it. It is the one by St George's Hall. It is. She's worked there for the last... This will be the third year. She doesn't work at Pleasureland anymore, which has changed its name to Viking Village, which looks shit. But she's still going back and doing the Christmas markets because, you know, a little bit extra cha-ching. Yeah, amazing. First overall. You were the one and only. Nobody was better than you. You can zoom from a distance. Can you zoom from a distance? That sounds like a song as well. Just Google it. It's by The Who. Is it? What? What? What album's that off? Mama's Got a Squeeze Box. Song by The Who. The not suitable for work meaning behind Squeeze Box. Oh, it was off the album The Who by Numbers. Why have I never heard that album? Once it comes on, I've probably heard it, haven't I? Obviously. But yeah, fair play, fair play. Is she hustling? Dollar bills, y'all. She will be. Viking Village, that's everywhere there. It looked lovely, and I was going to do one of me reason the rhyme things. It was one, I think probably the first one, wasn't it? Albums. And one of the albums is Welcome to the Pleasure Dome by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. So I was going to go to the Pleasureland sign and then go, hey, oh, I got that one wrong. Ha ha ha, hilarious, comedy value. And then when I got there, they changed it to Viking Village, and it looks absolute dog shit on toast. It was on the Dookie. All right, I never saw that. I was too busy looking at you, wonderful people. The money's right. Again, going to be written on your headstone, isn't it? Has your face healed a bit, Tomash? Are you getting there? Has it calmed down? Ah. Me mate Zoe's just sent me a picture of her new baby. He is absolutely sparkle. He's, how old is he? About a month or so. He's going to be a basketball player. I have never seen a longer kid in my life. It's mad. Looks like Stretch Armstrong. You've just added it. Right. Sorry, I thought you meant it's on the jukebox now. You mean it's on the jukebox now? Sound. Well, Piggly Ding next. In that case, I'll re-add it when I re-add it next time. Not doing it for one song because it cocks everything up. I have to start messing around with settings again. But we will get there. Rock the Casbah, what a tune, man. Proper tune, man. What's with the hats, me and Steve? We're in the gang. You can't be in the gang. It's our gang, not your gang. We're in the Ushanka gang. Know what I mean? We're going to go for a rumble with the baseball cap wearers later. Rabbit hat gang. Did you buy your rabbit hat from Habitat? They're nice, man. I think the black eye's gone, forehead slowly healing, but then you have expressive eyebrows, which means if it's healing and you see something interesting, it could pop again. Can you raise one individually? Can you raise both individually? Apparently very few people on earth can do that. You can either do one or both, not one or the other. True story, apparently. Don't know who told me that, but I probably watched it, haven't I, on TikTok or Reels or something. 4 o'clock in the morning. Bored out me gourd watching shite like that. You bought yours from an army surplus shop that no longer exists. I should look for them. There's one in Whitechapel in Liverpool. I should look there, really. Used to buy loads of stuff from there. I want another long black coat. I've got one that's dark navy blue, but just a proper long black coat. So I look interesting. The guy with the long black coat, he looks interesting. One of those, I might do that. It's to give the illusion of hair. All right. So, if they're made out of rabbits, they look like hairs from a distance.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. Jack, do you want to be in the gang? You've got a sombrero. If you've got a sombrero, you are in the gang straight away. Anyone who's got a fez or a sombrero, you don't even need to apply. You are in. Anyone else got any mad hats? Need mad hats? People with mad hats. You can't raise them individually. A couple of years working behind a COVID mask means that the eyes and eyebrows have to support expressive communication. You can show sorrow with a furrow of the brow. The sorrow furrow, I can imagine. How did you manage to hurt yourself? Thomas managed to hurt himself saving the life of 300 children. He dived to save the kids and he face planted. He's a hero. The famous army stores have long gone in Berkhow. They used to be really good as well, didn't they? They used to get some really good stuff in places like that. There was a time when absolutely everybody in Liverpool seemed to be walking around with a camouflage jacket with a little German badge on the side. Not anymore though. Top hat. Have you got a top hat? I know Kirsty's got a top hat. She might be allowed in the gang. I'm just saying, like. Does a baseball cap with wine me done me? What? Can you rephrase that in English or even something close to English, please? Jaguars. Ali Alio has two cowboy hats and two Irish rugby baseball hats. Oh, man. You know what this means, don't you? Instead of ladies' night, we're going to have a hat night. Anybody can send in their hats. Wear them, if possible. We need to see. We need to have a hat night. A hat amnesty. Who can get the best hat? Who can do the best one? Come on. Cowboy hats, fair play. Top hat. Are we going to beat that? Are we going to beat a proper Stetson? Yes, Thomas, like Superman, got changed in a phone box, swooped a godchild in a gravelly car park, lay there, blood pouring out of every place that you could possibly have, said, leave me a spare clipper of grenade, I'll be alright, and saved the day, not just the child, the day. Mandy, the only hats you've got are a baseball cap and a Mel Kim style hat. You have to wear the Mel Kim one. Come on. A proper tay. You ain't never gonna be respectable. Got to be done. You need to wear it. People who know their head wear it, they do. People who know. I've got me got my pork pie. Get on there, you sod. You've got a Tilly brand hat, a few bobbles, a few baseball caps. Hats aren't your bag. You've got a big head. You can't get them to fit. You get them matched. I never used to wear hats at all, apart from bobble hats during the winter. But I'm now minor. Is it low key? What the kids say? I'm low key obsessed with hats. What about a woolly face? Jockey. Haven't you shaved, girl? Steve, you're like Mr. Ben, you have a hat for every occasion. Like a true gentleman should be like that. Back behind the bar again, go ahead. You've got one woolly hat, but you don't wear hats generally. You've got to, man. It's expressive. Is wool face a hat? Mandy will never take a picture. She might do. She might blank her face out though, which would be even better because it'll look like really shady. This is my hat. My face has been blurred out like I'm some kind of mule. You know what I mean? That kind of mule. Yes, the woolly face covering comes with a baseball bat as part of a set. Yeah, any balaclava? You must have balaclavas, Ali, for the Al Jekyll work. You must do. Oh, right. I know exactly what's happening here. I've only got a woolen hat. That's the only one I've got. This wool hat, when you pull it down, has got eye holes in it. You are seen, Ali. You are seen. That's what you call a woolly face. Alright, so Bally's a woolly face. Ali will put a ghillie suit on, she will. You won't be able to see it. You'll be 2 yards away from her. You won't be able to see it at all. Just the occasional crack of twig before the crack of a chair leg on the back of your head. Followed by a phone call to Louise. This job has been done. Yep. Ali's not at liberty to say. She's playing a straight bat there. Is the mini me and a balaclava still in the car? It is. No, it's not in the car. It's over there. It's on the record player table. It is in this. I'll get it out for the next stream. I will leave it here for the next stream. I'm getting it out for the next stream. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. The mini paw is still in the car. The hat on your 90s Parker is pretty cool, like Kenny from South Park. We need to have more Parkers. We need to have more proper 70s Parkers. If you watch Man Down, like I mentioned earlier, Greg Davis, there's a part of the show, and I think the 4th series, which involves Parkers, which has to be watched. It's fantastic. I like that show. He is funny. He is very funny. Right, anyway, well, it is a Sunday, so.
But Kipper's Vindaloo can't be good for you.
So, 40 monkeys escaped from research facility in South Carolina. Police warn people nearby to call 911 immediately if they spot one of the monkeys or not to interact with them. What the hell are they going on about? Don't interact with a monkey. 40 monkeys have escaped from a research facility in South Carolina. Thermal imaging cameras and traps have been deployed to recapture the animals who broke free from the Alpha Genesis site in Yamasi on Wednesday night. Residents are strongly advised to keep doors and windows secure to prevent these animals from entering homes, police warned on Facebook. Locals in Yamasi, about 50 miles west of Charleston, have been told not to approach the monkeys and immediately call 911 if they spot them. They're too busy singing to put anybody down. They're just trying to be friendly. Right, I see what you've done there, Kippers. That's the Monkeys, isn't it? The song The Monkeys. Hoo-yah! To be honest with you, Kippers.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed, very poor. Looks just like me. It does, it genuinely does. The mini me in a balaclava actually looks like me. Weirdly, actually looks like me. I haven't got a balaclava anywhere. Well, I've got a ninja mask. I might put that on one day for you. Mandy's in a piss-taking mood tonight, she is. Disgusting behaviour. T for 2 and 2 for T. Just don't take the balaclava off. You didn't give me any hair or lips. So there's no hair lip from the League of Gentlemen. Barnsey, night mate, you take care. Nice to see you, Is it nice? Hiding a 4, is it 555? Good game. Marvellous. Oh. I should have brought a beer with me. Very thirsty tonight. Very thirsty. Oh, that's new, isn't it? The Paulus. Every little thing she does is magic. And animated. Who'd have thunk it? Who would have indeed thunk it? Very thirsty, very, very thirsty. I could always try water, I could do, but no. It's either tea or beer. I like me tea. I love me tea. Great stuff. Can't beat a nice Earl Grey. Just thinking, have I got enough? I've got enough. And I've got loads of milk and I've got loads of sweeteners. I don't need to get anything for the next few days at least. But I do drink an inordinate amount of tea. Almost said wine there. Always wine. You're not sure you give me a nose either. This is a half-arse job, this one, Mandy. No, I didn't give you a half an arse either. Alcohol-free wine, yes. I might do that one of these streams. Bring a bottle in with me and then absolutely cane smash a bottle of red wine live on camera. And if anyone moans about it, there's less alcohol in that than there is in an orange, which is true. But I wanted me beer. I've got Asahi. Have you seen a doctor with that? It's lovely stuff. Very dry. Very dry. But it's nice. I like the taste of it. If I was drinking normal beer, I would like to go back and drink that. Don't think many places do it though, do they? I wouldn't have thought. I wouldn't have thought your local Wetherspoons or All Bar One would do it. All Bar One maybe. The Alberoni might do it, but it's nice stuff. I like it. The balaclava was tricky. But worth it because it really did come out well. I like it. It is definitely me. It's my vibe. It's got my essence. You've captured my essence with that. Definitely. Also means that I'm going to have to get rid of black glasses and just try and wear different coloured ones so I don't look like it too much. Otherwise it'll be used only. If I ever go on a rampage, it'll be used as a look out for this man. You like your alcohol wet. Best way to have it, I find. That's what they're doing in Gstaad, anyway. Oh, man. Sore today, really sore. Don't forget the 8 Mile Radius merch. Available in all good stores and some utterly shit ones as well. Link pinned. I was thinking about alcohol recently. Because I know a couple of people who've been on like sort of Twitter and what have you. I've decided to give up. And I was 2 or 3 months of not drinking. You're pretty much, you'll never be over it, I don't think, if you're overly reliant on it, but it really does break the back. If you can get through those couple of months and your mind is strong enough, you can do it. Do not be using it to capture my essence. Of course not. Of course not. Although I should be worried if you had it in the first place, you shouldn't have been putting pins in it. Maybe that's why I'm so sore all the time. I have to check that later to see if there's any pins in it. You left any in there when you're doing your evil voodoo. Do you do voodoo? No, but I do judo. Hope that works. It's nice though being able to create. That again, this is something I mentioned earlier on, didn't I? I get loads of ideas normally when I'm not in any kind of position to write them down. I'll be driving, driving down the motorway, at which point you can't stop, you can't get your phone out and record something. By the time I finish, by the time I park up, wherever, the idea's gone. But the last couple of days, it's been Schrodinger's creative. I have had no ideas and all the ideas at the same time. To the point where there's little tiny pebbles getting dropped and I can't find the rock that I need. You know what I mean? Shit analogy, but loads of little bits. I've now put loads of little bits on my phone while I've been 3 o'clock in the morning. This will be good. And you listen to it the following day and it sounds shit. I need to create something proper. Don't give you ideas. You've still got the big one. Right. What happens if you believe in voodoo and all that kind of stuff with the pins, but you also believe in acupuncture? What happens if you did that to someone and you ended up making them feel better? I put loads of pins in his back and next thing you know, his sciatica's gone. Do you reckon that would work? And what happens if there's twins, those twins that feel things? If one goes and has acupuncture and feels really great, does the other feel better for it? I want to know these things. And man, you don't need any ideas to go and jab things in and make me feel sore. Play with a bread knife later. Have a go at my fucking nails, will you? That should be a worry as well, shouldn't it? Mandy's still got a big one of me. When we say a big one, we don't mean that big, we mean big, big. Proper big wig. Big wig, big, big. I can't speak tonight. And I've got a busy week ahead. Apart from Thursday, Friday, this could be the first week in a long week, in a long time, where I've got a couple of days where I genuinely don't have to do anything. Wake up, work when I feel like. I might do that, because I'm up early tomorrow. Start a little bit early. Oh, our Ali sent vids. Alright, I'm going to have to show this, I'm afraid. I am going to have to show this. But it's going to have to wait until Wednesday, because that needs to be on the screen proper. That's going on the screen on Wednesday. Proper on the screen, Ali. Yeah, I've just had a look. I'm not going to show it up to the camera. That is going to go on the actual screen. Needs to be seen to be believed. Marvellous stuff. You haven't made a head for ages. Make one. You should make one. They are fantastic. Genuinely, the David Bowie one is just, it stands out a mile. Looks so good. Now she knows how tall I am, exactly to the inch. She's going to manufacture a life-size me for herself. Is that to volley in the balls all day long? Having to go, looking Welsh, are you? I don't think she's got enough wool to make a life-size me. There's too much of me. With my stupid go-go gadget arms and things like that. Always reminds me of that Irish nurse. When they were moving me from one bed onto another one to take me somewhere. Ah, sure, would you look at the length of him? Told you I was tall, man. You'd need all the wool. You would. You'd need all of the wool. Had to be done. Had to be done. How tall am I happily lying down? I think I grow an extra inch when I'm lying down. Makes all the difference. Genuinely, if you ever need to go somewhere where you need to be a certain height, and if you're not really, or if you're hovering around that height, get measured in the morning after you've woke up. That's the tallest you're going to be all day. Unless you're on a rack, of course. You might be. If the Spanish Inquisition has been round. You wouldn't know. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. What was that noise? Oh. See? Burn the witch, that's just fell off. That's Mandy doing that. Making things fall off tables. Witchcraft. Witchcraft, I tells you. You have to try and see if you could do it, Ali. You did. It's getting shown. It's getting shown on Wednesday. I am definitely putting that on the screen. So if anyone else has got any hats that you want to show us, we are going to have a fashion parade on Wednesday. Get your hats in. If you're wearing them, even better. Video, picture, doesn't matter. Get them sent in. Could come to Connemara for a good supply of wool. Got plenty of hole maggots. Need a supply chain between Connemara and Denbighshire. Night, Jackie. Fast asleep on the lotus position. Yeah, the Guinness World Records measure the tallest people in the morning, noon and night and take the average. Because the weight of your head, which is the heaviest part of your body, pushes down on all your vertebrae and cartilage and things and makes you shorter of a night. If you can sleep upside down like a bat, you'd be huge. Jeff, stop exchanging fluids, you absolute filthmonger. Would you like a bucket of tea? What's a hole maggot? I don't know, what's a hole with you? Makes people an average of 1% shorter. So maybe I'm not 6'4", I might be 6'5". Just haven't been measured properly. That's what it is. I meant to say hill maggot. Sheep. They look like maggots from a distance. Ah, right, hill maggots. Do you do it? I suppose they do, don't they? Wriggling when they walk. Ah. Although there's plenty of sheep in Wales as well. Plenty. Welsh lamb used to be fantastic and make a fortune until we started bringing in cheap New Zealand lamb. New Zealand and Australia. Australia's so big. There's farms as big as counties over here. Massive. You can do everything cheap, can't you? Bang out of odour. Bang out of odour. Donald, do you have any hats? Do you? We're in a hat kind of mood tonight. We need all of the hats. All of them. Yep. Shag sheep on the side of a hill, they lean back better. And also put the back legs in your wellies. That way they can't run away. If people still wear wellies, do people still wear wellies apart from people like Glastonbury, obviously? Slip the back legs into your wellies, that's it, they can't run away. There's a whole etiquette to it, isn't it? No hats, your head is too huge. There's hats of every size, must be. No scrum cap or nothing like that. Everyone needs an Ushanka. They are good. And the head isn't sweaty early on, by the way. It's nice. This is why we need a bit of snow. Even for one day will do me. Just to get out there, record some stuff, take some pictures of me looking windswept and interesting, as Billy Connolly says. Plenty of wellies over there. It's a bog. You'd need it there, wouldn't you? But in general, everyone used to have a pair of wellies. When I was growing up, everyone had them. Doesn't matter who it was. If you lived in a nice house in the middle of, not even a farmland, you know what I mean? Just a nice house somewhere in a city, you'd have wellies somewhere. Mad. Doesn't happen anymore. True story. Struggle to get hats to fit. Oh man. I think I might be alright for stuff like that. I get away with things because I'm just the same height I always have been. I seem to be right in the middle of what the sizes are. How many pair of wellies have you got? What colours are they? Are they all just straightforward black or olive drab green? Yeah, Billy Connolly normally dances naked in the snow. Absolute lunatic, but wouldn't you love to do that as well? Maybe not surrounded by a camera crew, but mad fella him. What a ledge, what a genius. The best to ever do it. 3 pairs of wellies, 3 are religious, are very, very holy. Hang on.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. You made one of those Russian hats for my head, but it's currently balaclavaed. Go with the flow, man. Ali, you had a yellow pair. Ah, man. Yeah, I remember the yellow ones. They seemed to be quite popular at one point. With girlies, especially. When I was growing up, the girlies wearing yellow ones. Oh, mine, I think mine were green. Little green ones. Wellies don't fit you, your calves are too big. That's what happens when you lumbering Stonehenge around every day on your back. That's why yours are religious, yeah. Holy, holy, holy. Holy, holy, holy. Holy Wellington. Sounds like Radar, that, doesn't it? From MASH. Man. That needs to cool down a bit. Desperately. You can't remember having wellies. You must do. Oh, Nicky Ashworth magic, he wears a trapper's hat. And when he dreamt the bear's paws, he said, I fancy that. He streams them of an evening, he streams them in the night. And when he watches AFC, he says, you're fucking shite. Oh. I like that. I'm having that one. You had wellies with the frog face. What's Nigel Farage got to do with it? Gotta roll your wellies down like sleeves to fit. To be fair, if you hadn't got holes in them, your feet wouldn't go in. That's a fantastic point. My socks have got holes in them, yes, otherwise your feet would not go in. Good point, Ali. Good point, well made. Write that one down. We're having that one. You're having that one, Dave? Right, well, it is Sunday after all. Time for a bit of Horace. I stand here alone, looking up at the mountain. I will reach the top. He will reach the top. I like that. Very positive. Well done, H-Man. Yeah, not like Jimmy Cricket with the left and the right. L on the right and R on the left one. Come here. And there's more. Jimmy Cricket, man. I remember seeing stuff like that. Obviously when I was a kid. He's quite funny, and then you get old, he's not funny at all. Go back and look at it again now and think, you know what, actually, he wasn't that bad, he's quite funny. One for the kids, it is. Definitely one for the kids. Who is Jimmy Cricket? He was an Irish comedian from back in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, him and Frank Carson were the two Irish, the big Irish comedians that come over. Obviously, I'm not putting Dave Allen in there because he was completely different level. Another one who's an absolute genius. Utter genius. Little Horace, I know, isn't he fantastic? And Jimmy Cricket could also be Jimmy Anderson, I suppose, couldn't he? The Burnley Wall. We are still here. United 3, Leicester nothing. 3-0. 3-0. We are. We're still going strong. We're having it large. Has the footy finished as well, by the way? Oh, it has. Barca got beat again. No es bueno, as they say in Japan. Never heard of him. He was massive in the UK in the 70s and 80s. There used to be a show called The Comedians. A load of them came on there. And then ended up just being on telly every 5 minutes. How old are you? Near 40. Yeah, maybe that's just a little bit too young, but he was definitely, I remember him during the 70s and early 80s, early to mid 80s. So you might not have seen him. He used to wear wellies. He'd have L written on his right welly and R on his left welly. Playing up to the Irish sort of stereotype at times. The Arsenal score, Juan. Nobody wants to win. Nobody wants to win at all at the moment, apart from those who shall not be mentioned. Didn't have English channels for a long time. You weren't really missing much, to be honest with you. Especially if you fought to get English channels and the first thing you saw was Jimmy Cricket followed by Frank Carson. Know what I mean? Ali, always older than you. Jesus, indeed, Jesus. The Wheel Tappers and Shunters Club, yeah. Mad, innit? That's something that they should bring back. It is on one of the channels. It's on one of those mad Sky channels occasionally. 4 o'clock in the morning. That needs to be brought back. Although, would people understand what it is? Are there still anything similar to that going on? Working men's clubs. Frank Carson. That's a cracker. So it's a cracker. That's the way I tell him. That's a cracker. Frank Carson. But to be fair to them, all those comedians had served the times, hadn't they? Working in social clubs and working men's clubs. So they're pretty good at what they did. Only a year or two. A year or two makes all the difference, though, doesn't it? Just ask Jimmy Savile, right? I thought everyone was off. No. Mandy's still around. These things started off being about 50 minutes to an hour long, and now you can't get me off the bastard screen, can you? Will he ever shut up, that lad? Cam's round here, giving it lobsters. And Kirsty is back. Hello. Securing power device. Ruthven, Moody Zircon, Archibald, feuding quietest naturists. What? Piggly Ding next. Ruthven, Moody Zircon, Archibald. I think I know him. It's a lovely man. She's got a lovely hairy sporran, by the way. Will he ever? Yep, he never does. What's it called? The good old days. Wonder what the youth then would make of them. That is on one of the channels on Sky as well. The good old days, where a fella would come on and introduce everyone, and he got like a Victorian music hall, wasn't it? They should bring that back. Genuinely bring that back. But all the acts should be modern day acts. So even if you're wearing Victorian clothing, welcome onto stage, this beautiful music hall, Goldie, and like loads of jungle tunes or something, or a really, really blue comedian. Yeah, I'm trying to think what channel that's on. It might be on 328, might be on Talking Pictures. I'll keep an eye out for that. Kirsty, we need a picture of you in your top half for Wednesday. We do. I'm trying to collate people's pictures of their hats, or people in hats if possible. We're going to have Hat Wednesday. Hat Wednesday. You can show a picture of your hat with you not wearing it, but if you're wearing it, even better. I'm going to make a little Tony Hart gallery. Ali sent the vid, she has. I've got our Steve wearing one of his hats. We are collecting the hats, man. Roy Hood presented it. Actually, yeah, he did, didn't he? Royston Hood. Stuff like that needs to come back. I've seen a great documentary series on BBC4, funnily enough. Susie Klein and Frank Skinner talking about music from those days. And you were trying to recreate it and learn how to play it and what have you. Absolutely superb. Not my kind of stuff, but superb stuff, if you know what I mean. Really interesting, the history behind music hall and some of the people that were big in those days and what happened to them. Brilliant. Donald, send your wellies. Yep. Who's Roy Hood? Another 70s, 60s, 70s, 80s comedian. You'll dust your sombrero off. That's what we like to see. As random a hat as you can possibly find. We've got a top hat and a sombrero. The bigger, the better as well. Right, it'll have to be new artists telling old jokes and singing old songs. Dragons Den it, make that happen. Suggest it. If you don't make it, Sky will. I reckon they would as well. They stink. We don't see. You can't see smells, can you? On your pictures. Pictures of all your hats. Kirsty don't want to spend the next 3 days taking pictures of all her hats. We'd like to see that. You do have a balaclava. It's part of the kit of being Irish, isn't it? You have balaclavas. Kirsty, full on steampunk. We need to see that. You're full steampunk. Want to see it? And now all I can hear in my head is, in a Brummie accent, we want to be together. Remember that advert? I don't even know what that advert was from, but I remember it. We want to be together. Bigfoot type of stank. That's heavy, that, man. I've got a friend who believes in Bigfoot. She lives in the deep south in Mississippi. Genuinely thinks there's either Bigfoot or, like those monkeys that escaped, there are some wild apes within the deep south in the woodlands. Crazy, man. Not smelling pictures is probably a good thing. I would think so as well. Morning, Jackie. Googled it. It was Leonard Sachs. Leonard Sachs. What does he look like? South African British actor Leonard Sachs. I recognise him. Yes, I recognise him. He is wearing his face. Well, there you go. We're lucky it isn't smell-o-vision. We are. Although I do smell fantastic myself. Just saying. I smell like a combination of Calvin Klein's Eternity. I've got the ball roll on. And cedarwood from the beardy stuff. Smells lovely. There's a few sheep farmers that stink like Bigfoot supposedly does. Not surprised being out and all that. Steve, you're a friend who believes in a thing called love. Does he live in Lowestoft? Is it Lowestoft? Morning, Jackie. Oh, by the way, I did buy spring rolls. They're in the fridge. I could put them in the oven when I finish. I could have that. I could have spring rolls. I finally got round to buying them. Duck as well. Duck ones, obviously. Not vegetable ones. We're not pissing round here. Might have them. I also got prawn toast. It is. I thought so. Just listen to the rhythm. Was it listen to the rhythm of your heart? I can't remember that song. How bad's that? You forgot last time, but morning, Jackie. Has it got annoying at yet, Jackie? Morning, Jackie. They haven't sprung yet. They may well spring out of the packet into the oven when I finish here. I've not had any tea because I've not been feeling overly hungry, but I am now. My mum made chicken curry. I wasn't feeling overly starving, so. Duck spring rolls are gorgeous. They are. And I've got some really nice chili dip for them to go into. He may have the face, but can he pull off wearing a sombrero? Only true legends can pull off wearing a sombrero. Not in the air fryer. No idea how to use the air fryer. Nor for how long. But, do you know what? I might ask. My ma will be in bed now, hammered. But I'll ask her this week, how long did he go in for? Because I'd rather do that. If it's like 8 minutes in the air fryer, just do that and then get munched right in. I wouldn't mind doing that at all. You tried the Joe Nuts, you're not sure? I love them. Joe Nut and a cup of tea. Cup of Lion's tea. Oh man, it was lovely. Sat at my desk where I am now, working, and all I was doing was enjoying my little scrannage sent to me by our Ali Alio. It was great. I've still got goo left as well. Spring rolls, then goo. I'm not dipping spring rolls in goo, but yeah, I've got loads there, haven't I? Prawn toast, spring rolls, 4 goos. Probably says on the packet. All right. Ellen reckons air fry for 10 to 12 minutes. Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Helen. Doing remarkable work in the field. I might try that later. Knowing me, I'll burn the house down, like, but I'll give that a go. Don't want to get in your mind you want something, and you will not be satisfied until you have it. No. Spring rolls the other week, talking about it, I will not be happy, I will not be satisfied until I've eaten spring rolls, and I haven't got round to it, and they're in the fridge now. I'll make them. There you go. It is a crazy little thing, that love. I can play that. I can't play that. I could play that, but I can't play it. You can't not dip the spring rolls in goo. Have I been double dared? I might double dare one of those then. A spring roll in Spanish lemon goo. Oh man. I wonder, could you have them with ice cream? Duck spring rolls with a little bit of vanilla ice cream. We'll give it a go. Give it a try, give it a go. See what happens. I need to keep on trying to find something I like to eat. My mum made that salt and pepper chicken last week and it was really nice. I think it was just enough. I wasn't overfed. I wasn't like... Sometimes you look at your bowl or your plate and think, oh, there's no need for this. But it was just enough. The rice was lovely. The little bits of vegetables that were in there fitted perfectly. And the chicken was sensational. So maybe that's the kind of thing I need to be looking at. More oriental stuff. But can I eat more of that without being ill? Without getting myself unwell? A drizzle of proper maple syrup. Proper Canadian maple syrup. And why not? It goes well with bacon, doesn't it? Loads of fruity type stuff, or would you call maple syrup fruity? It's not fruit, it comes from a tree, but is it in that same sort of genre? Maple syrup goes with, like, fruity stuff goes with savoury stuff quite a lot. Could be worth a go, that. Maple syrup, a dusting of icing sugar maybe, anything like that. Duck also, you get orange, don't you? Duck à l'orange, duck with plum sauce. So it might go well with that as well, duck. Just dipped in. Doctor Who ate fish fingers and custard. The dirty animal, the dirty, filthy animal. Was it a taste sensation? Which Doctor Who was it? Which one? Which filthmonger was playing him at the time? I could eat fish fingers. Can they be done in the air fryer? I bet you they can, can't they? Fish finger butties out the air fryer. Oh, that's a thought. That's the kind of thing, isn't it? That's the kind of thing that comes up at this time of night that you should go and do. Don't think about it. Don't write it down on a piece of paper. Do it. Blackcurrant jam and cheddar cheese. Fruits go very well with cheese. I had a brie and grapes. Brie and white grapes are lovely. Wensleydale with cranberries. That's why pineapple goes with ham on pizza. You filthy animal. Tomatoes, of course, is a fruit, and they're all got tomato on, so... Yeah, but... Matt Smith, there you go. Obviously it would be him. He's at a ne'er-do-well, Matt Smith. I like him now. Seen him getting interviewed a few times. He comes across as a really funny, down-to-earth lad. The jam, yes, but with cheese, not a hope. Cheese goes well with fruity stuff. Genuinely does. You might like it. Try it. I've heard people mentioning other jams with cheese as well, so I would give that a go myself. I might do that. Go to Max Crisp, 12 minutes, 6 minutes on each side. Is that for the, oh man, for the fish fingers? I need to do that. I haven't got any, I need to go and buy some this week. I want to try that. And I will let you know how it turns out. Oh man. See, I've got my issue with food. I can't find things that I like, and yeah, here I am now, talking about this kind of stuff like I would enjoy it, so I should try it. I've been eating loads of sweets because the amount of calories you get from them can carry you on, keep you going. But I shouldn't be eating that many. I'd rather not. I'd rather have something savoury, so yeah, I'm going to give that a go. Ali, oh, yeah, she is a fussy fecker, our Ali. Fish fingers, yes, and scampi. Ooh. My ma used to buy some stuff from Iceland, I think it was, which was Cajun prawns. I loved them until I might have copped for an unfortunate one, and I was vomiting my ring everywhere. I haven't touched them since. I used to really like them, though. Cajun prawns, they were gorgeous. Really spicy and quite warm. Oh. Fussy but a ledger. There's an advert on the radio suggesting black pepper on strawberries. Try it. It is worth it. My friend used to do it years ago. It brings out the colour and the flavour within the strawberries. It's amazing. Definitely worth a go. A trend for balsamic vinegar on strawberries. I've tried the pepper loads of times. It really does work. It's amazing. You think sometimes something would overpower the flavour of what it is you're eating, but you don't. Works really well with it. Real fish finger butties are a thing of the past. It's a shame. The Queen's next door to our work in Derby Square in Liverpool used to do them. No, you go and have your dinner, you can get a pint and a burger or something for whatever it was at the time, £2 or something stupid. You go in at 5:30, people eating fish finger butties everywhere. Lovely, man. Crab claws all day long. Need to go to where Steve is. Chroma crab. Infamous. Infamous. Not just famous, infamous. They've all got it infamous. Chili and chocolate works brilliantly. It does. And also things like chocolate and wine go well together, as do cheese and wine. All because the little flavour pairings either accentuate each other or move it slightly away from what it was to something different. It's amazing. Black pepper on strawberries, though, I've done that for years. They are very, very nice. Famous chroma crab, yep. People who've not even ever been to that area of the country know all about it. Not many places around the country are famous for something like that. Should be very proud of that. Manx Queenies, the scallops in the Isle of Man, also famous. Arbroath Smokies, which are like kippers, aren't they? Kippers-ish. Yeah, spot on. I've never had chroma crab. I had mine, the first time I had proper crab and lobster was in Cuba, which is still pretty cool, like on a catamaran, where you could look through the water and see the floor. Absolutely crystal clear. It was amazing. You know, a lad that sells fish and shellfish all caught within a few hours. If you can do that, all the better. Definitely. Completely different kind of things. The early bikers, when they went on their last little journey together, they were talking about it, where there's a place that they went to where there's a restaurant on the quayside. It's caught there, or it's caught there, pulled out there, and cooked right there, while it's still wriggling most of the bloody time. Dark chocolate and whiskey, single malt though. Never had single malt chocolate. There's loads of pairings, loads of things that really work well together. And obviously, these things that get passed down from generation to generation is because they've tried it. We tried this together and it was shit. We tried this and it's awful. This, on the other hand, works amazing together. Absolutely incredible. We need to do more of this. So your old nan loved the chocolate liqueurs for Christmas. You buy a load. That was my first introduction to stuff like that. My nan used to have them as well. I'm not sure I could. Well, I'm off the ale, so I'm not sure I could eat them anyway. But as a youngish man, I didn't really like them too much. I don't like shorts. I don't like whiskey. I don't like the taste of it at all. But maybe now that my palate is older, who knows? I might like it. Yes, Nick doesn't drink anymore, but he's just had 15 boxes of chocolate liqueurs tonight and he's steaming. Donnelly got some fresh tuna that was caught about 50 miles off the coast. The fish was £900. What? You got a big chunk of it. Am I the only one, or is everyone else the same, where you thought tuna was about the same size as sardines because it comes in little tins? Must be about that big. I had no idea till I seen the TV show how big those bastards were. They are huge. Not a big fish eater. I did go to a barbecue, a mate's barbecue in Southport, and everyone was a little bit drunk. Obviously, it was a nighttime one, and he was cooking all kinds of stuff. The food was amazing, and he gave me a plate of stuff. I said, "Eat that. What is it? Just eat it." What's lovely? That what is it? Monkfish. If I'd have said beforehand, "Do you want to eat monkfish?" I'd have punched him or something, but no. That's lovely, that. Yeah. Try this. What is it? And he told me, "I'm not having that." So you're a fucking idiot, you know that? You are right, I am. Don't ask, eat it, and then if you don't like it, tell him. Man, they used to get mussels straight off the dock in Bangor. Are they the ones that are farmed? There's a big farm, isn't there, off Anglesey? At least there's one that starts off the coast of Anglesey, sorry. Because the water, there's something to do with the water, and the current is absolutely perfect for growing mussels up there. Again, I think this might have been the hairy bikers. Learned loads of stuff watching them. Amazing. Tuna can be different sizes. They can't they? Depending on the breed of tuna, whether the yellowfin, bluefin, great white, whale tuna. They are fucking huge though. They're not little tiny ones that fit in a tin that's got a little key with it. Not like that. They are massive. All the stuff you grew up with is different now. It might be healthy, but nowhere near as tasty. Yeah, that reminds me of Early Doors, that famous scene that's in there, where they put loads of preservatives in things, then charge you extra money for them, and then years later they'll take the preservative out. Now they're healthy, they'll charge you more for them. Another 25 years time, they'll put them all back in and charge you more again. Yeah, and also if you grow your own stuff, genuinely, if you've got an allotment or a family friend who's got an allotment or something, when they bring stuff in that is grown, it tastes completely different. You can actually taste things, and you realise what you buy out the shop sometimes just tastes sort of a watery kind of fibrous nature to it, whereas the stuff that you actually pick yourself tastes amazeballs, as the kids say. The kids in Japan, that is. Same size as dolphins, yep. Which is why you need to get dolphin-friendly tuna so they haven't killed dolphins on the way. Starting to catch yellowtail tuna off your coasts again. Those kind of things should be all around our coasts, but we are just absolutely polluting the shit out of it. Let it get back to the way it should be. Healthier. We can catch more stuff. Imagine that, catching loads of boss massive tuna. Biggest tuna you seen was £1,100 and 12 or 13 foot long. What? That is shark like that, isn't it? Some killer whales off the coast as well. We've seen some of them all the way up as far as Scotland as well, isn't it? They should be able to see stuff like that all the time. Proper whale sharks, killer whales, dolphins, porpoises, all of it. Thomas, you caught crabs in New Brighton. I think I know who it was. We were in the ballroom. And it's Mahusov. Fealty Thomas, Fielt. It was too big for the boat. That literally is, you're going to have to go and get a big, or you have to buy a bigger boat, isn't it? Very Jawsy. Whitby in the early 1900s was very famous for tuna fishing. I did not know that, and Whitby wasn't too far away from where we lived as well. Whitby's a lovely place to go. I'm going to do meet me tourist thing again. If you haven't been to the northeast coast, that's northeast Yorkshire to northeast, Northumberland. Try it. Some lovely places. Scarborough, Redcar, Whitby. Lovely, lovely places. Old-fashioned English seaside towns, which there will be where you are as well, Steve, all around Norfolk and East Anglia. West Country, down as far as like Somerset, Cornwall, Devon will be the same, won't they? Need to visit them, definitely. Spend your money there, keep these places going. Needs to be done. Robin Hood's Bay, yeah. That's a lovely part of the country, that. Whenever you mention that part, like near Middlesbrough, everyone just thinks of ICI and chemistry and what chemistry. Chemical industry, fucking chemistry, what am I talking about? They shouldn't do, because it's a lovely place. It's a really, really nice part of the world. Go to the northeast. Go to Rosebery Topping. Stand on top of it and have a look around. Try and go during the summer when there's nice weather. The views are amazing. It's a lovely place. There's an island on the west coast called Achill Island. They used to catch basking sharks. Bloody hell. You've been to Cleethorpes, but you've never been to you. I have as well. No, I haven't. I'm lying. Grimsby, isn't it? Cleethorpes. That's where Grimsby FC play. Famously not in Grimsby, in Cleethorpes. I've been to Scunthorpe. I was the one who put the in Scunthorpe. We drew 1-1 and there was 2 page 3 girls streaking on the pitch. That was the highlight of the entire day. Apart from a police driver getting us from Preston to Scunthorpe in about an hour and 20 minutes. Lucky to be here. Scarborough was horrific when you went a few years ago. I think it's one of those places that has been deliberately allowed to go to rack and ruin. And it shouldn't be allowed. It used to be fantastic. That's, again, I need to do this video that I'm talking about all the time. Is there a future for the British seaside town? There should be. But is there an audience for it? I didn't think tuna was a local fish. It probably isn't at the moment, but it used to be. Oh, hello, bottom of the... Have a look. Have a look. Moaning Mandy. You have levelled up to level 38.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
It is there. 38. Sweet feckin' Jesus. Bucket of Scrumpy is right. Grimsby play at Cleethorpes, they do. Not in their own town or city. Town, isn't it? Grimsby town. Cleethorpes. Proper pub grub we do, we need that. Chicken in a basket. Soup in a basket. Scampi in a basket. Anything in a basket you can get. Finally. That also means the hat-trick has been hit today. We have our 3. We fished to extinction around our coast about 100 years ago. Again, before I think most people realise that you can't do stuff like that. You have to let the stocks recover, or only take the size that you need to take and then put the smaller ones back to grow up to allow more and more bigger ones to come back. We should be better at that by now. We're probably not, are we? Might need a hand. Ali, I'll give you a hand. Hang on. Oh. Should be a good... I hope so. This, Tomash, is the video I've been trying to make for a long time, but I need to script it. I need to write the script first, and then try and film around it. And every time I think I've got the start of it, or I've got a bit of it, I go back a couple of days later and think, no, that's not right. There is a place for the Great British Seaside. It needs to lean less on the nostalgia. Now, I'm stuck on that one. I'm not sure if it does or doesn't. Does it need to find the middle ground between knocking everything down and putting up glass buildings that look fucking awful? Or does it need to go back and properly do Victorian 2.0? Will that work? Or is there something that will work for both sides of it? Will kids be happy anymore? I mean, they're lucky going to Funland, and going to the arcades on Neville Street in Southport. There's still kids in there, and they've always got big smiles on their faces. Is that enough? Is it enough just to go and have an ice cream and look out towards the sea? Is having the pier not there? Is that going to be something that needs to be replaced? Is there something that could replace the pier? Do we just need to get someone who can pay money and make the bloody thing safe again? Proper wicker basket, not plastic. Oh, obviously it's got to be proper wicker shit. Morning, Jackie. Yeah. You're saying it should be full modern retail shite. Definitely not. You know, Aussie mate is astonished. There's so much coastline here. Unused coastline. The Mersey prom from New Brighton downwards. There's loads of coastline, but we also need to make sure that it's not spoiled. I mean, as I said the other day when I was streaming, months ago now, isn't it? You can't use drones, you can't have barbecues on the beach, you can't light fires on the beach. They're trying to protect the coastline as best as they can. So you can't start building stuff all over it. I know that, but you're also You can't just leave it to, don't know, can't leave it to go to rack and ruin. Got to be something. There's got to be a middle way. Got to be a middle way. I think there's definitely a future for the Victorian seaside town, wherever it is in the UK, whether it's New Brighton, Southport, Rill, Cromer, anywhere like that. There's still a future for it, I think. But we need to find out what it is. What's going to work for the new generation of kids coming through? Am I going to be the last generation of parents who used to go to there, so they want to take their kids there? Will their next generation, will Jess's generation just look at it and go, this is shit, I'm not going there? She already thinks that about Southport and she lives here. It's rubbish. It's not rubbish, it's fucking lovely. I mean, just standing there the other week, and this was the other week, watching that sunset over the pier, when I had my little moment. But I was a big brave boy and I didn't cry, honest. Just seeing that. You can't get that in an arcade. You can't get that in a shopping centre. That's nature just putting a show on for you. You know what I mean? Got to embrace it. The Southport woman who does has got a channel as well was talking the other day. She went to Barn Oldswick, I think it was. Her son was playing football, so she went on a little bit of a wander round, found a church and found something else, and she was getting teared up by how lovely it was. I wasn't expecting any of this. I thought that's exactly how I felt the other week, just watching that sunset. I'm glad it wasn't just me. Other people feel that way. Why would you not try and harness that kind of thing? If it does it for me and someone else, all right, fair enough. She's in the same kind of age bracket, I think, as me, but can it not work for other people? A sunset is a sunset, isn't it, after all? Doesn't matter where you are in the world. If it looks good, it looks great. Enjoy it, man. Kids up to a certain age are happy with a bucket of spade on a beach. They are, because they don't know any better. Stop throwing iPads at them. Let them go and do stuff like that. Don't worry about the white shoes getting dirty. Put them in the fucking washing machine when you get home with the socks. Doesn't matter. Let them go and dig it in there. If they find something, let them pick it up in their hand while it's wiggling. Don't worry about it. If you try and put it in the mouth, of course, different, but just go and do it. Some big kids as well. Donald, exactly. There's something about nature that it's real. It's not 3D. It's not AI. It's actually there in front of you. You can grab sand. You can touch it. You can feel it. You can smell the salt air. You can it's so many senses going on at once. You don't get that with a PlayStation or an iPad. You just don't. Did I see Paul and Bob fishing at Blakeney Point? I didn't. I've got tonight will be I've got 5 to do after tonight. I haven't watched any of them. I watched the first one, that's it. I'm going to have to get round and watch them. I am going to have to, man. New Brighton Prom is just a concrete expanse. Good walking, yeah. You've got to preserve the wild you have. The Hoylake NIMBY snobs. The likes of New Brighton, it could do much more, yeah. I suppose it could. Because it's been left as well, hasn't it? It's pretty much crumbled to bits. The tree that the gobsites chopped down at Hadrian's Wall, they said they were going to plant a new one and there was going to be a lot more security around it. You can't be doing stuff like that, no matter what you think. I mean, I'm not a fan of the royal family. I've made that pretty obvious over the years on here. But you wouldn't then start knocking down fucking castles and stuff, would you, to get back at the royal family? No. You don't do stuff like that. You don't, if you've got an issue with the system, cut down trees that old. It's fucking stupid, man. Knobheads. Knobheads. And once it's done, you can't undo it. You can go and plant another one, but it's not the same tree. Lots of saplings came from it. Well, hopefully it can continue on then. Cromer's full of families on holiday going on the beach. Isn't it lovely to see? I absolutely love stuff like that. You don't need to go to Spain to sit in a bar watching Only Fools and Horses eating egg and chips and complaining about the heat. Save the journey, save the plane, just go to somewhere like that. Let the kids play. Go rock pooling. They're going to enjoy that far more, messing among the rock pools, seeing what's going on there, rather than listening to fucking bingo. She says she's 66. Marvellous, well done. Lots of saplings from the tree have been donated to charities. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. It started growing itself. I blubbed like a schoolgirl. I didn't. Well, it wasn't caught on camera anyway. Now, I was really taken aback by it, which surprised me afterwards. Because there was no one around me and I was still talking out loud. And if somebody would have been around me, they probably looked at me and thought, what is he playing at? Oh my God, look at it. Oh my word. There's nobody there, you're half with. Yeah, feckin' tree wasn't doing any harm. It wasn't. It's stupid. So many people just went to see the tree. Exactly. It's just a tree, that's all it is, but it isn't. There's a story behind it. There's history behind it. There's all kinds of things behind this stuff. If you cut it down, it's gone. Well, obviously it's regrowing now, but a lot of the history is now gone. Just leave these things alone. If it falls over during a storm, that then becomes part of its nature, its history, its story. Leave it fell over. Go and plant another one where it was. You know, one of these days they're going to knock down Stonehenge, aren't they, and say, "Oh, we need to put some paving down here because some rich fellow wants to do it." Look after your history, man, and what we've got. And seaside towns are part of our history. I remember going. I came to Southport years before I lived here, because that's what you do if you're from Liverpool. You come to Southport, or you go to New Brighton or Morton or something. Everyone did. Or if you're in South Liverpool especially, you go to North Wales, so you go to like Rhyl or Llandudno, Prestatyn, Tywyn, all those places, you go to all of them. Keep it going, man. Yeah, on a weird note, the word sap can be used to call someone a fool or an idiot. Same here as well. If you're a sap, you're an idiot, you're feckin' sap. It's big in Liverpool, that. What's that sap up to? He's being a feckin' idiot. That is a journey, isn't it, from Norfolk to see a tree? The journey up there, I bet you the journey is fantastic, even though you're on the M1 for most of it. It's nice. The whole that northeast coast is lovely, and going up towards Hadrian's Wall and all that kind of, it's a lovely, lovely place. And you won't just be seeing the tree when you get there. You'll see what you've seen along the way. You can stop places. It's mad. We need to do more of it. Stop spending a fortune going abroad to drink the same beer that you would do at home. Even if it's just a couple of days out, or go out for a day trip. If you're in the northwest, go to the Lake District. Go to the Dales, go to North Wales, go somewhere. Go and have a pot of tea in a little tea shop somewhere. Spend a few quid in their towns. Keep this thing going. We need it, man. These things are our history. Saucy seaside postcards wouldn't exist nowadays, would they? Yeah, it's not like it was next to the road, they had a hell of a hike carrying a saw. So it's not something that you do accidentally, or I was a little bit drunk. So, yeah, I had a 27-mile hike with a chainsaw on my back. You were sober by the time you got there. It's a long way, but there's loads to do on that road to do with the Romans. Exactly, yeah. The actual Roman Army Museum is on that road as well. All right. That's something that we need to look into more as well. Again, northwest, go to Chester or York as well. The same kind of. There's so much stuff going on. Loads of history, and we walk past it most of the time, or drive past it. Just stop, collaborate, and listen. Go and have a look. It's marvellous. I need to do more of that. Once I start getting a bit fitter. Next year, maybe. Next springy summer. Just go on little day trips. Go and check it out, man. Take my camera and then bore you to tears. How often do I think of the Roman Empire? I've just done it now, but honestly, genuinely, honestly, I read that the story about that. Never, ever. Apart from when I'm going past Chester or York or something, and think to myself, how the bleed now did they get from all the way over there, through here, up here. Chester, or yeah, Chester's lovely. It is. It's amazing, amazing city. You should try it. Try it. York is as well. There's something bizarre about driving a modern day car with your sat nav and all that kind of stuff, and driving through little gaps in the big walls, like portcullises and things, and thinking I am in this 20 grand motor or whatever it is. People came up here, horse and bleeding cart, and they had to build this. Brilliant, I'm telling you. Yeah, after you got up there, you had to get up the car and hike to the tree. What did the Roman Empire ever do for us? Yep, aqueducts, the wine, viniculture, yeah. Joey, how you doing, bud? We're up late. Not for much longer. Not for much longer. Belinda Carlisle is lovely, she is. Oh, sorry, Carlisle is lovely. I have only flown through there on a train very, very, very quickly. But it did look nice. As is the whole of the borders, whether it's this side or the other side. Gorgeous. Sanitation, the roads, the aqueduct, yeah. They brought peace. Rocking it. This is Alfie Hewitt. They brought the roads. That's why we've got the Roman way, haven't we? Isn't one of those that goes pretty much from, like, it covers near off the Tees-X line, which cuts the country in half. Goes from somewhere mad near Middlesbrough all the way down to somewhere mad near Bristol. Or, you know what I mean? X will be Exeter, won't it? Obviously. Fucking ages. Happy birthday to you, old. Oh, it's the Marine Corps birthday. Very nice. Semper Fi. Crucifix. Oh, that is my favourite film of all time, by the way, The Life of Brian. Hot cross buns. The food, or is that some kind of initiation ceremony when you get into the Marines? Is that hazing kind of thing? Is it get your buns hot crossed? Please, sir, can I have some more? The aqueducts were not a new idea. The Romans greatly improved the pre-existing designs from Egypt and India. Yeah, I think I've seen the Egypt one. There was a lot of aqueduct stuff going on next to the Nile, wasn't it? Which took it further inland in the Nile Delta. Very nice. But if you come here, especially some of the aqueducts that we have in the UK are, even now, 2024, if you went and seen them, your jaw would be on the floor, thinking, how on earth would we make that now? And they made it back then, 2,000 years ago. It's mad. There's a boss one, is it North Wales? Where's that? Is it on the Llangollen Canal branch? There's one of those that you go along, and there's also a little bit of a walkway next to it. And there's people walking there. I wouldn't walk there, and my arse would be going. It's so high up. But you see all the way down a valley. It's just stunning. How did they make these things? Hot cross buns are very cinnamony. I like them. Start spelling the Nile with a K. We should do a silent K. Like The Knife by Genesis. Cinnamon hot cross buns would be lovely right now. I would love that. I am starting to feel bloody hungry now. I shouldn't have mentioned that earlier, should I? All you've done is bombard me with food now. I am going to make the spring rolls and the prawn toast. I'm going to have them. I shall have you, I said to them. and I'm going to have goo afterwards. Because it's like that, and that's the way it is. They are spectacular. I'm going to have to try and find which ones they are. There's I watch a lot of canal stuff on YouTube. You have to be careful searching for that though. Just saying. And a load of them have gone over these aqueducts, and it's absolutely insane. The pictures that they take from up there just blows my mind how they made them. How on earth can you make them? Toasted hot cross buns with loads of butter. Proper butter as well, not marge. Not vegetable spread. Proper butter. Yep, got to be done. I could do them now, actually. I'd love that. Toasted tea cakes, if we had no hot cross buns. My ma makes me them some mornings. If I don't want me porridge, I'll have toasted tea cakes or something. Nice cup of tea. Loads of butter. Very nice. Oh, man. I am feeling hungry now. I need to go and make something to eat before I faint. I do like my porridge though, has to be said. Good and healthy. So what do you reckon of the tree? It could become a Christmas tree. It could work. Could work. Yep. Crumpets. Oh, I like crumpets as well. Obs. Totes obs. But yeah, it's getting that time of night, I think. I need food. Le Moufin. What the fuck? Where's that come from? Why did cheesy moments jump up then? Didn't even press that. Bloody things. Can you get hot cross buns this time of year? You probably can, can't you? Because why not? If you can get mince pies that are out of their sell-by date by the second week in December, you can get anything, can't you? Muffin, I definitely like a good muffin. I saw some in Tesco the other day. Oh, very nice. Crumpets with cheese on. You have some red deer making a racket. So normally get dogs barking here. It's not quite the same, is it? It's not the same. Anyway, you know what time of the night this is, don't you? You know what time it is. Get your dancing shoes on. It is time.
Another great night here at the Bears Paws. Folks, go give yourself a round of applause. We've had a good chat and told the odd joke. Now get in our hot tub for a post-stream soak.
And that's that.